Domo, welcome everybody. We're back with the Genshins, as Porkroll brilliantly put it. Yes, Domo Cosmic. One shot, yeah, I played it once a long time ago. I could play it again. It's like, I do remember playing it and liking it, but that's all I remember about it. It was years ago. Of course, the moment I start the stream, the cat's like, yeah, I want attention now. Every time. I think it's because he hears me talking. But yeah, let's get this Genshin ball rolling. Oh, it's part of a bundle. Yeah, so I'll take a look at that later. Yeah, now Kitty's on my lap for anyone that wants synchronized cat pettings. Yeah, try hollering 5 minutes before stream. Yeah, I probably should. Like, I gave him... He was on my lap earlier, and I even gave him a piece of string cheese. But this man is never satisfied. Ah, Domo Miss Seneca, welcome! How you doing? Sometimes passes the incident at the fortress and your sentence here is almost finished. Like, good.
After breakfast. This is the life.
Give you a shout out here.
Wait a sec. Isn't something important supposed to happen today? Oh, today's our big day! We're supposed to leave the Fortress of Miracles.
Yeah, Miss Seneca, how was your stream? How are you doing? Welcome. Okay, playing in a big puddle of water. I see. Well, I'm in the sewers, so it all works out. Daffy, please, please, Daffy, stop. Daffy, stop. Oh, he's literally crawling on me right now. Like I'm holding him like a little baby right now. It's he's needier than a. He's so needy. He's giving me kisses. Daffy, stop. This is the worst time to start loving me, Daffy, please. You gotta rage. Oh, you got the rage at Spyro and Crash today. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I also played the Spyro way back when the remake came out. So I know that could be a lot, and I know Crash had issues when it got remade.
Please, sign here.
So I imagine
This
it was
document
quite
will be
difficult.
effective immediately upon signing, and you two may exit the Fortress of Miracles.
You need him like a
via
loaf of
regular
bread.
channels.
It's been so long since we've been to the
I remember I 100%ed the first Spyro, but after that it got too much, so I was just like, I'm just gonna complete the second and third. You okay, ma'am? Alright, Kitty, you're being
I'm
silly.
fine, thanks. But
Either sit normally or I kick you off.
Was just now.
Let's go ask the Duke.
Oh, cool, you get to play more Tales of Rise. We'll have fun with that. It's been a while since you touched that one, isn't it? Daffy, you're gonna knock over the mic! Ah!
Your Grace?
Alright, that's it, Kitty.
Good
Goodbye.
to see you two. Is there something you wish to see me about?
Yeah, what was with that earthquake just now?
Alright.
that. The tremor didn't originate from
Oh,
the
you beat
seafloor.
Rip, though.
In fact, it seems
okay.
it came from the surface. Over the years,
If
of
they're lucky to
surveying
get to
the
throw
warden
themselves
here,
at girls
I've
and start
developed a
kissing, you know,
sense
it
for
thinks it's weird.
distinguishing between
Yeah,
what
right?
occurs on the surface and what occurs underwater.
Dogs do that too.
Besides,
Even more
the
so.
seal that Monsieur Neuvillette set in place won't fail so easily.
Oh, it's got DLC now. Okay, that makes sense.
If you recall our last incident, if there really were a problem, there would be crowds of
That
inmates
makes
in a
sense.
panic right now.
Huh, you've got a point. Okay, seems we need to get back up to the surface and ask about what happened. By the way, do you know what
Sorry,
day
don't
it is
scare to my
today?
sleep. Yeah, I know, right?
I believe today is this
It's
month's
like so many
pipe cleaning
VTubers.
day.
So little time.
Seriously?
It's like, actually, today is the day we get to say goodbye to the fortress.
Ah, yes.
Oh wait,
Have you
hold on. Did
completed
I
the release
do I
papers?
not have Mix It Up open?
It's you two.
I just realized that. I'm sorry.
That's right.
How did I miss that?
In prison. But now that Paimon says that, it doesn't feel like we were confined here. It's actually been pretty nice.
Yeah, that's why he's not there. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. It's booting up.
Oh yeah, Paimon feels fond of this place now. Then be sure to come back and visit. I'll miss you.
And
If
then...
you've signed the release papers, then you're free to go. The guards will escort you out.
There we
You're
go.
not going to see us off?
Now we're all good. Yeah, it's like watch all the streams.
I knew you'd ask. All right, sure.
Like,
Let's
good
go.
thing I just checked. I was like, wait a minute.
Wow, you
Where is
actually
he?
agreed. No worries, you must be busy. Paimon was just joking.
Ah, so you do have a polite side, I see.
After being down here for so long, I imagine you must feel like you're lacking companionship. Shall I come along too?
No, that's alright. It's not like we'll never visit again.
Yeah,
Even
don't
though
worry,
you
we'll
would
get
be
back
a
to see
much
you.
better mascot than Paimon.
I'm really here. The chefs sure do know how to make good grub.
I hope you won't be here as convicts the next time.
Ah,
I see you.
Domo Scrabble King, welcome.
Stay out of
How
trouble.
you doing?
Well, it seems
Thanks
our
for the
raid
raid.
to Samaravian is finished.
How was your
That's the end
stream?
of another chapter in our journey. And since Nervlev was the one who
Make
asked us to
yourselves
come,
comfy.
we should probably go report to him now. Next
Yes,
up, the Palais Mermona.
Scramble.
You're going
Yes,
to see Monsieur
Paimon. The
Nervlev.
Pie Digimon.
Please pass on our kind regards.
I'm sure just
Think we
your
might actually
regards
win next
will
time?
do, no?
Yeah, good luck with that.
Aw,
Maybe you
I
will.
believe it would be the
Just like I
right
might
thing
get
to do.
watermelon when I
You're
play
right.
Sweek on Saturday.
I've heard the Palais has been
We'll
terribly busy
see.
these days. Tell him that I hope he hasn't been overwhelmed by the recent string of trouble.
Alright, next is here. You believe. I believe. So yeah, I think we gotta go talk to New Violette now. I did, for shits and giggles, try and roll Furina, and I didn't get her. I was like,
The Palais
since the
Mermona
battle
is
pass
the
thing is
first
like
of
5
many
rolls,
days.
I was like, alright, I'll try 5 times, and if I don't get her, I stop.
Halt!
And I didn't get her.
It's you two. Apologies. Monsieur Nervalet did say you'd be welcome at any time.
Excuse me. Would you mind helping me take a look at this report?
I'll be right there. Sorry, I've got my hands full here. You can see yourselves in.
Cool, thanks. So
Oh,
cute.
it's so busy.
But yes, they are busy. They are doing their jobs. They are hard workers. The Muselines are precious, good babies. They are good eggs.
You've come at the right time. You'll have to wait.
Yes,
for
I
just
know
a
she is the
moment,
most OP
as
unit.
there
That's
are
why I'm
some
like,
urgent matters I must tend to first. In
their
the meantime,
job
please,
is
have a seat. If you'd like to have something to
helping
drink,
to follow the
let
law.
Melusine outside know.
They help investigate crimes and stuff. Because they can see things other people can't.
Very well then.
Let's take a break over there while we wait for him to finish his work.
What is crime? Yes, what is crime?
All right. That should wrap things up for now.
Are you done with your work?
Yes, sorry to keep you waiting. Today should be the day you were released from
It's
the
like it's safe to
Fortress of
turn that
Miracle,
off for now.
And it appears that you have managed to complete all the release paperwork.
That's right, and we came here to see you right away.
You tell them about everything that happened, including the whole
A
child
massive
thing.
whale.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna fight the whale eventually.
Judging from
Fight
your
that
description,
fucking whale.
that cannot
Call
have
me
occurred in
Ishmael.
any ordinary waters, but rather something like the primordial sea. A whale of that size and shape cannot usually be found in the waters of Tevat. Therefore, we can only assume that child is presently immersed in primordial seawater.
Probably.
Immersed
Not
in
like it could kill him.
seawater? But how? And is he okay?
He's not from Fontaine, so he won't dissolve.
Most people wouldn't be capable of entering in the first place. I'm not completely sure how he could have gotten there myself.
There's something we'd like to ask you about.
Yes? What is it?
What was that tremor we felt earlier?
Ah, right.
Did an earthquake.
I felt it too.
Ooh.
We asked the Duke and he said it wasn't from underwater, so we figured you might know something about it.
It turns out that I have just received a report about this particular matter. In fact, that's exactly what I was busy with a moment ago. The source of the tremor was here on the surface near Poisson.
Poisson.
After the shaking stopped, the water levels in the Poisson area rose at an alarming rate.
I
The
went
water
to
levels
Poisson.
rose.
Poisson.
Oh,
And I bought a
people
croissant.
Fortunately, the water levels only rose for a short period of time and have already returned to normal now. However, I still have a bad feeling about the whole phenomenon. If the change in water levels is connected with the leaking primordial seawater, then the situation in Poisson may be much worse than it appears.
Poisson.
Navia should be in Poisson, right? We need to go check on her.
Yeah, it's like the Geo wife whose headquarters
I
is
would also
there.
like to go there as soon as possible, but
The
I'm
other
afraid
Geo
I can't
waifu, not to
leave
be
just yet.
mistaken with
We must immediately
Beth
formulate
Girl
disaster prevention plans
Noelle.
for the surrounding coastal areas to avoid potential catastrophes. I'll have to ask you two to go to Poisson first. I'll meet you there to check on the situation once I finish things here.
Sounds like a plan.
There's no time to lose. Let's get going.
Please be careful.
Yeah, it's funny how Furina coming out made a bunch of characters relevant again. Like, Noelle is relevant again. Jean got a huge meta boost. I was like, wow. It's like, looking at all the Furina's party members, it's like, wow. You would think. Like, I guess that's one way to combat power creep. Just make a character so OP that it makes everyone usable. Especially Jean. I was like, wow. I have a fully built Jean that I haven't used in a really long time.
Oh no. What happened here?
All the buildings seem to be in pretty rough shape now. What is croissant? It is food. It is flaky. There's nobody around. Were they all dissolved? No, let's not assume the worst yet.
Navia should be around here, right? We need to make sure she's still... that means we need to check on her.
We're on it. Like, off we go! Ah!
We haven't seen a single soul all the way here. Oh, this is getting scary.
What will I ever do now?
Look, there's someone on the roof over there.
How do you get up there?
Just stay put. We're coming up. Watch your balance.
Yeah, that's not safe to be on
All right.
metal barely put together. I say while having a mic stand that's barely put together.
I'm not young anymore. How will I survive on my own? My Desiree.
Oh, he looks pretty sad.
My leg. My leg.
What happened to her leg?
How could this have happened?
Oh god.
It hurts.
Yep, you get your drops here.
Just hang in there. Help is on the way. You can hold my hand if it makes you feel better.
I don't think holding your hand is gonna help the fact that her leg is melting. Yeah, she's a disaster victim. I'm assuming this place probably got flooded. So everyone's either dead or horribly injured. Or trapped. My leg! Yeah, exactly, Aloha Gator. Welcome.
Oh, it's Navia. She's over there. Hey, Navia, are you okay?
At least the waifu's fine.
You're here.
We heard there was a situation in Poisson, so we came as quickly as we could.
Who's the late girl in the sexy witch costume? Navia,
You can
she's
see the water level
here.
suddenly rose. It caused quite the disturbance, in fact.
Like, her dad died, and it was sad.
Demoiselle!
She'll be a
There's
playable
a wounded
character
resident
later.
next to a building southeast
I
of
think
here.
in
I've already
4.3. This is
transported him to
4.2.
safety, but we've run out of medical supplies.
It's like me.
He's
It's like, I
wounded?
didn't know you wore
How
such
badly?
fancy clothes, Aloha Gator.
He fell, so it's probably a broken leg. He's pretty shaken up. When the water level rose, he desperately climbed up to the roof. Once the water receded and he saw the ground, he became terrified and eventually...
He jumped down then. Find the
Uh-oh.
leader of Squad 1 and tell him to take the wounded resident.
Don't let him
to see a
jump!
doctor. He should know where to go.
Understood. I'll take over his search and rescue mission in the meantime.
All right, you'll be in charge. I'm sorry. Where were we?
The situation in Poisson?
Poisson?
Allow me to explain. A little earlier, we suddenly heard a loud noise. At first, everyone thought that something might have exploded in the waterways. But before we knew it, water started pouring out from everywhere. The rushing water
That doesn't sound
seemed
very
a little
hygienic.
odd, almost like the unique color of primordial seawater. Some people didn't realize the danger and thought it was just ordinary water leaking from somewhere. Everyone on the street who happened to be close to the water didn't have a chance to escape. As the water levels rose, they suddenly disappeared. They were all dissolved.
That's what I figured. Rip.
Those who realized what was happening started to flee in a panic, desperately
Like,
trying to get to
I
higher
don't
ground.
think they have long for
Many
this
were
world.
injured in the stampede, and
I think the water
some
is going
people
to
fell
come for
from
them.
significant heights. The Spina di Rosula initiated rescue operations as quickly as possible, but there have been a lot of casualties. Fortunately, the water began to recede after some time, and the chaos came to an end.
Yeah, it sounds like a whole
The
town was
water that
basically
flooded the
wiped
area
out. That's
contained
pretty bad.
primordial seawater, so the lower levels of Poisson are still hazardous. To ensure everyone's safety, I've asked the people there to leave as soon as possible. No one knows if this could happen again. All we can do for now is try.
Yeah,
our
they don't
best to
try
help
with the lip
evacuate the
sync.
residents. We still haven't
They really
completed the
don't.
head count,
They
but
never have.
We'll have some numbers soon.
How awful. And all of this just came out of nowhere.
It was quite frightening indeed. I only wish that everything that just happened.
Yeah, it is synced
Was a
to
bad
the
dream.
original mother language, but not us. Yeah, we're here to help.
Thank you for being
It's
so
like-
willing to help in a moment of crisis.
It's like, oh yeah, for the
this.
Chinese game, have it
You
synced
don't
just
know how
fine.
much it means
It's just
to
like
me.
with Japanese,
I
taking
really
how it'll be
can't
perfectly
express
synced
how
for
grateful I
Japanese dubs, but then it's like for the English, it's like, oh, we have to match the lip syncs. We're missing someone.
Navia. That's what friends are for.
Yeah, it does feel off. I know what you mean. Where's Melis and Silver?
Demoiselle, we've got a situation here.
Demoiselle.
I'll be right there. Sorry, I need to go for now.
And off she goes. Seems it might be a while before she can take a break.
They should just lean into it, have their characters open their mouths wide and keep them open until dialogue's gone. Yeah. She keeps talking to people, her decisions are clear and reasonable.
The wounded are being tended to, and we finished.
It's like, yeah, for some reason the text just
more support has
disappears.
just arrived, so I suppose I finally have a moment to focus on my own matters. Of course, we should remain ready for anything, and continue doing our best to rescue others.
It's like,
I'll be
in
sure to have
summary,
everyone at
Navia's
the
just trying to do her
Spina di
best
Rosula
to
ready to render assistance.
deal with this fucked up situation.
Would
Oh,
you two
Domo
accompany me to
Seymour.
my father's grave for a moment?
Welcome.
Huh?
Thank you for the raid. Let me give you a shout out.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like just imagine them being like the entire time. Let's see. Mori. There we go. I hope you had a good stream. How was Elden Ring? Yeah, so far so good. I just got started. It looks like this place got flooded, which sucks because people died. Let's see, where do I gotta go next? Probably just go up to the surface. Yeah, how are you doing today? It's like, how many times did you die in Elden Ring? I hope I didn't get fall damage for that, because I just realized I did that. Doing good? Well, I'm glad to hear it.
Well, given the time of day and the whole situation in Poisson,
It's like, now you can get to enjoy your drops.
Right.
Free Genshin drops!
That's how things are now. The living are so exhausted.
Get your
that they've
primos
no
here for
strength
your
to spare
brats!
Any words for the dead.
Good luck rolling for your aquatic brats! There's no need to push yourself so hard. They animated her with such the prettiest tears. It's like that meme with the kid like wiping the tears off the screen. That's just me right now. Like, oh no, don't cry. Oh no.
Malus and Silver.
You cry so pretty, but don't cry.
Ever come back here again?
You're so pretty.
What should I do, Papa?
Papa, your daughter has such pretty tears. But they have to stop, because it is sad.
Everyone agreed on the rescue plan, but
I hope
still,
she's good when she comes out.
I was the one who initiated it. They were helping evacuate the residents, but they couldn't leave in time.
Oh dear. Yes, the prettiest of sad tears. It's like, where'd the budget for Fontaine go? Into Navita's tears. So many polygons. So little time.
what should we do?
I've known them for so long. And I know they weren't afraid. But I could at least hold a funeral for my father. And I know where he rests. But as for Malus,
Yeah, it is the nation of the Hydra Archon. That is true.
Gone.
I mean, it rains whenever Nuvula cries.
Everything looks so clean after it rains.
But yeah, it does kind of suck that her
Even the
lackeys
gravestone.
died.
I didn't
You do get to
expect
know
that
them in
you'd
her
enjoy a
little
glass of red
quest
wine
thing.
in front of Master Callus's grave.
I can understand. Besides, the scenery here isn't half
It's like,
bad.
they seem so nice.
See, it's not just me. I always want to bring something when I visit Papa. Perhaps we might even
It's like,
have
that's
a
why when they
picnic.
said their names, I'm like, oh yeah,
That'd be
I
excellent.
actually remember who they
How
are.
could Master ever be upset with you?
Because they took the
mademoiselle?
time to develop them a little
Yet
bit.
the cemetery is the home of those who have passed.
Just a little.
Is it not? Everyone ends up here sooner or later, no matter who you are.
Buying yourself a plot in advance, are you?
No. But when I do, I hope you'll let me be buried beside Master Callus, demoiselle.
Yeah, about that.
Hey, stop joking around.
I'm quite serious. That way, it will save us both the trip to see each other whenever you visit your father's grave.
That makes sense. In that case, could I be buried on his other side?
After all, besides
Oddly
you,
specific, but okay.
demoiselle, the two of us could certainly be considered Master's closest companions, no?
Maybe a little
Personally,
gay, but you
I
know,
believe we fill those shoes just fine.
it's France.
Why are you bringing this up all of a sudden? Seriously. All right. I'll remember your requests.
But I'd really prefer not to talk about this stuff. And what do you mean by saving me a trip? I'd make the journey even if I had to visit you two somewhere else.
They're so cute.
So let them rest in peace.
I like the flashback transition.
Here I am breaking.
It's like, my god, they're actually putting an effort. It's fine to be gay if you're French. It'll be
for letting you see me in a mess like this.
Yeah.
I don't usually cry, really.
I want all the
Doesn't
gays.
know how to help you feel better.
Gays worldwide.
Well,
I invest
She
all my
understands how you
stonks in all the gays in all the
I'd always
countries.
thought I could make my wishes
I am a
come true.
Fujoshi.
Now that I think about it, that never solely
It's like
relied on
recently
me.
Chinese gays are on the
Many things
rise.
can only be
So I highly
accomplished with
recommend you
someone
invest in
else's
that
help.
now.
Malus and Silver
Yes, I
have
am rotten to the
helped
core.
me so much. But by contrast, I could do nothing for them. I'm so sorry.
You can spend as much time as you need here, Navia. We'll stay with you.
Yeah, we're here for you.
Thank you.
I think Korean gays are also on the rise,
don't
so
know
if
how
you're
much that
trying to
means.
bank on that too, definitely buy. Buy the stonks for that.
By the way, you
How
can
many
have a
gays do you
look at
want?
this.
Yes, exactly.
It's a list of things that took place.
Yeah, I do have that Fujo rot.
Elena,
It's terrible.
Khan, Burnett, Giverny,
It's like I'm a
Francine,
veteran of the Tumblr days.
Karina, Daisy Ray, Joinville, Julianne, Esson, as well as Malus and Silver. So, everyone else is safe. But still...
Interesting to note their
It's
names.
okay. I know what you're thinking. And you're right. We lost Malus and Silver. But we were able to save more than we anticipated. The overall outcome indicates that the cost was worth it.
No one's sacrifice is truly necessary.
Right! Don't think that way, Navia. One person might be saved at the expense of another, sure, but that isn't something we should ever consider a trade.
Yeah.
Malus and Silver were not the price for saving anyone. They're heroes.
Yeah,
Right.
they're heroes.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Paimon. What you said just now was pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah.
I'll remember your words.
Oh, really?
Seems you've become more eloquent in the time since we last met.
Oh shit, it's father time.
The knave? What
What's
are
up?
you doing here?
Ah, is everything going well on your side?
Yes, my people are carrying out the
Dead
mission
father.
according to your request. All the residents of Poisson have been evacuated, and we're preparing to relocate them to higher ground. As for these supplies, we have everything taken care of. There is no need to worry.
Thank you very much.
Wait, do you two know each other?
Yeah, actually, this is the first time they've
We
been
just met
interactive with each other.
recently. Right, Miss Navia?
Usually, I would call this a coincidental encounter. But that doesn't quite fit this time. Besides, it never even crossed my mind that a Fatui Harbinger would come looking for me. Thanks to the Knave, Spina di Rosula received generous support from the Fatui, which allowed us to complete the rescue and evacuation work so quickly.
Wow.
Mutual aid is essential to fostering positive developments. We were already in the area, in any case, so it was nothing. That said, I must say that you're a lot sharper than you let on. I'm sure you understand what I mean.
I apologize for all the ways
Like
in
she
which
still
I tested you
trains
previously.
children to become
We've never
spies.
worked with a Fatui
Let,
before,
let's just
and
remember
it's
that,
extremely
okay?
important for us to know
Do
who
not be
we're
distracted
working
by
with.
how nice she
My
is
subordinates have
to
reported
her
that
fellow
Fatui soldiers have been
people,
observing
and
water
how she's like,
levels
fuck
and
the
taking
government.
headcounts in various locations.
And
I
how-
heard
and
they've
how
also
pretty
prepared a
she
large amount of
is.
Emergency supplies. I'm quite surprised.
How she radiates that daddy
This is nothing
energy.
to brag about,
She's still
nor
evil.
do I intend to. It is simply the way of powerful
I'll probably still roll for her.
organizations to act forcefully, whether they are doing good or ill. You've witnessed that firsthand, in any case. As I've told
It's
this
what we like to
traveler
call in the
before,
community
I know of the
morally
prophecy,
gray.
and I intend to prevent the impending disaster. Lending your organization a hand was a natural first step in accomplishing that. As such, do not be troubled by this token of our sincerity. Perhaps one day, you'll also be able to help me in the same way.
Without your help, there would have been many more casualties. I won't forget your kindness.
Furthermore, I sincerely regret
think I've-
what happened to
Yeah, it's like
Malus
after careful
himself.
consideration, I've
I
decided to
only wish
become
that
even
my people
worse.
could have arrived to prevent this from
Domo
happening.
Yeet, welcome. Yeah, she is on the screen.
Don't
She
say
is
that.
here.
You
Father
and your
is here.
subordinates did everything you could.
Yeah, it's like, why not
As
both?
Paimon said, Malus and Silver
The father
didn't choose
mother.
to sacrifice themselves for any specific person, and they weren't the
She
price
does sound
paid
nengy.
for other salvation.
But you know.
They chose to
She's
become
evil.
heroes themselves. I've never liked
Used to
hearing people
spend.
put it that way.
Like, yeah,
It's
save your
like trying
primos.
to relieve pain by
You
saying
can.
some noble-sounding words. But right now, there's nothing
You have guaranteed
more
pity. Well,
suitable.
that's good.
They really
That'll
did
help.
become heroes.
You're right. I'm sorry for your loss, Miss Navia. Water is life to Fontaine's people, and it also spells disaster. It's no
You just need to get
wonder
her
that
weapon.
people always say that prophecies represent fate. Fortunately, I've never been one for such opinions.
So
Yeah, that'll be
you're
difficult. Good luck
one
with
who will
that.
try to change fate then.
Of course. That is why I'm going to Hotel Bouffe de Terre.
Yeah, I know, they threw a wrench in it. I'll just wait for her to come back.
By the
Yeah,
way,
you do need
traveler,
240. It's crazy.
Paimon, one more thing.
Alright, then we'll just... Huh? This isn't
Yeah, you
right.
might just have to wait.
Ask us to walk with you for a moment so you could tell us something in private.
That is a clever and useful conversation technique, which I do like to use when necessary. But there's no need today. It would not hurt to have Miss Navia listening in. Traveler, I'm sure you remember that I said we could work together when we had the chance.
Yes?
You and I both know that there may be issues with the Primordial Sea. Previously, it was the Fortress of Meripede's sluice gate, and this time it was the water levels in Poisson. These are both signals.
So the time for jolly cooperation has come?
Indeed. Allow me to share the
Oh.
latest intel I've received from the House of the Hearth's intelligence network with you. During some recent investigations, a child claimed to have discovered some ruins near Poisson. The ruins date back to ancient times and seem to be worth investigating in
So
many
what magic
ways.
does the moon have?
Judging by the
Lots
dating
of
of the
magics.
ruins, they may be related to the prophecy and the coming crisis. The
You know,
situation is becoming more
water,
urgent, so
fire,
any pertinent information will prove
explosions,
extremely
lightning,
precious. My people
maybe chuck
initially
a rock
came
or
to prepare
two?
for ruin exploration.
Heals?
Unexpectedly, this disaster struck, and at present,
My main
we're
magic
all
is
busy
explosions.
prioritizing the rescue effort.
Like a Megumin.
So that's why the Fatui were already in Poisson.
I wanted to take the children along, but unfortunately,
Yes, domain
Linny,
expansion.
Lynette, and Fremine have all been dispatched to higher ground to assist affected residents. Linny told me that outside of the house, the person they trust most is you.
What, like Jujutsu Kaisen?
Which is why I want to give you this
Yeah,
task.
nuke for domain expansion. There you go. Exactly. Just like that. Are you sure that'll be okay? Can you trust an outsider like me to
The
help
House of the
you?
Hearth's members
Someone
see each
who
other as
is
family.
morally
But Linny,
gray.
Lynette, and Fremine said that they also see you as such, even though you are not from the house. I'm sure you already understand how earnest they consider their friendship with you to be.
She's like, yeah, I trust you because you were kind to my children. You helped them get out of jail.
The intel I just shared about the ruins could fetch a high price. But since the children consider you family, it's only natural that I freely share it with you.
Got it! So all we gotta
Neutral
do is
good?
go to some
Maybe.
ruins,
I don't
right?
know. It's hard to say.
We can handle that.
Excuse me, but may I tag along?
You wish to join, Miss Navia?
But are you sure you're up to exploring some ruins? You need to rest.
Well, I'm sad, yes, but I can't just go back and plop myself into a chair by the roadside and do nothing. There's no point in
I mean,
being
you can.
depressed while we still have a disaster on our hands. As my father's successor, I must live up to the hopes he had in me. Besides, I'm also doing this for myself.
Like, yeah, we don't talk about what happened to that
Something-
clan.
Distraction. To keep my mind off Malus and Silver.
Via's strong, but she needs company right now. We could be that company if she goes to explore the ruins with us.
Since you put it that way, I have no
You have the right to remain
objections.
stationary.
What do you say?
But I don't
traveler?
have any paper. Well, actually, I do. It's just in my printer right now. So we'll go to the
All right.
ruins.
The ruins are to the south.
Oh
of
my
Poisson.
goodness, Domo Snackle
Here's the-
Fox, welcome. Thank you for the raid. That's another. That's like 3 raids.
Come on, let's pack up and get
Yeah, thank you for the raid. Let me give you that shout out. My goodness. Oh my god. Ain't I so lucky? So yeah, thank you for the raid. Oh, so you were doing Honkai. How are you doing in that? Did you try the Pokemon thing they got in there now? Yeah, they are the saddest, most emotional deaths. Truly a tragedy. It is sad. It's like, at least they got more development than the guy in Inazuma, but that was like 2 years ago. I'm sure most people even forgot him by now. Yeah, welcome to all the raiders. Make yourselves comfy and enjoy the free drops. I finished the Pokemon event earlier, so you're doing the Jinglu story quest. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'm Blade Daloon, Kitsune Hunter / Animal Tamer. And currently in Genshin, Poisson got flooded and people died, and it was sad.
Are these the ruins the knave was talking about? Whoa, talk about old.
They seem
You're
to
old,
be
Paimon.
pretty ancient.
Probably. We don't know how old she is. She could be a 5,000-year-old lolly for all we know.
Just be careful.
It's anime. Like, oh, this is gonna be a whole ass thing. I'll bring my new Violette party in. Why not? Be a show-off. Paimon's emergency food, I know. It's like, ah, yeah. If you're gonna stream it later, then yeah, it's like spoilers. But still, thanks again for the raid. I'm glad you stopped by. Did you get the Chaos Archon? No, I didn't. I did try rolling for Fiorina, but I didn't get her. I was like, I'll at least try. Yes, thank you, Snackle Fox. Brr. Like, haha, water hydro pump, go burr. Chaos. Stop. You're under arrest. It's like, it's okay, officer. She's actually a 500-year-old. I know. Stay. Yeah, it's a plot twist. When the cops, they're trying to take you away from the lolly for your protection. It's like, this woman is wanted for war crimes. So many war crimes. Now, Fiorina is very showy and that it can be pretty obnoxious. So it's like, I'm with Porkwell there in that she is pretty obnoxious. She does talk a lot, yeah. She's very,
This place has also been
flamboyant.
contaminated by primordial seawater.
Yeah. And a lot of it, too. A Fontanian would most likely dissolve.
Yeah, that's why I'm calling it Brat training. Brat taming. Should go back to safety.
You can't go down if there's primordial seawater. It's too dangerous, and it won't be any help for you to just stay here. Don't get Paimon wrong. We're not saying you're useless. It's just that...
Like, not the belt! No!
You're right. I can't do anything in this situation. I'll leave this to you.
When it looks things here, maybe there's no way back? I don't know.
That complicates things. Maybe the only way left is forward.
In that case, do you want to wait for us here?
The water levels here are unstable, and there's a chance the water will rise. So, staying here wouldn't be safe either.
Ma'am, make a
I'll
decision,
go together
please.
with you. Perhaps we'll find the exit just up ahead.
Yeah, we don't have any other choice. You're just gonna have to stick with us and try not to fall and die. That would be nice. Woo.
Oh no, it's a dead end! Let's try climbing over from the side.
Time to go.
Like, seems easy enough. Alright. Someone left their D20 here. Oh god.
There's something wrong with this bridge.
Run! The bridge is collapsing! We have to go! Yeah, I know what you mean, Yeet. Oh shit. Get her! Grab her! Uh-oh. Yeah, he talked. He's actually been doing that quite a bit. Like, he actually had a whole ass conversation with New Villette in his story quest. It was pretty crazy.
Demoiselle?
Huh?
Demoiselle, what are you doing here by yourself? Would you be standing here till dark if I hadn't come to get you?
Maybe she just wants some time to herself, Maloose.
Hmm? Oh. Was I sleeping?
Yes, it's
Like, this is the dream, really.
I must be tired.
That's quite possible. However, you were the one that suggested we go out for a walk.
Oh, right. I nearly forgot. It must have slipped my mind.
Yeah,
when I
Fiona is
dozed
definitely
off.
over 500 years old.
I haven't had a nap today yet.
Figured that.
Have I?
Like, literally in the game,
Feeling, yet
there's the Cataclysm from 500 years ago. So if she was around before the Cataclysm, she literally
the
is
matter,
500
Demoiselle?
years old.
Oh, no. No, I'm fine.
Kusanali is
just
500
trying to
confirmed to be
recall
the youngest
why
Archon.
we came out for
Yeah,
a
because
walk.
she was born, like, as a result of
Do
the
you remember
Cataclysm.
Mr. Giverny? He'd requested our help before with
When
foreign
Rukadevada
merchants who had a
was
debt
trying to
dispute
stop
with
the
him, and
forbidden
we
knowledge,
resolved
she
the
got
matter
shrunk
not long
down.
ago.
We were headed to see how things were going with him at the moment.
Like when a branch breaks off a tree and grows into
right.
its own tree.
Yes. I remember now.
Oh, Miss Navia. Ah, Mr. Maloose. And Mr. Silver, too. It's good to see all of you.
How have you been?
I've been great. Thanks to your help, those
Yeah, so
bothersome
they, like-
merchants finally realized that I wasn't the one they were looking for. Why,
Like
I wasn't
it's
even the
it's like if
guarantor for
if
that
they were
person.
bleh. Like if the
They were
officers
knocking
were
at my
coming
door
towards
day
Aether and
and
was
night.
like, no,
Even
no,
my
she's
neighbor
500 years
opened
old, and
it
then they
and
go
said
arrest
fast with
Furina
them.
instead.
Sometimes
Like, no, she's wanted for a lot of war
force is
crimes.
required to
All the
calm
war
someone
crimes.
down and get them to listen to what you have to say.
That's right. Oh, by the way, Burnett, what was it that you wanted to give to Miss Navia again?
Oh, yes. One moment, I have it right here. Miss Navia, these are some flower seeds that I prepared. Please take them. They're a very good variety, and they'll become very big and beautiful once they bloom.
If this was Moonstone
I
Island,
don't
we'd
know
plant
what
them
we
right
would have done
now and see
without
what
your help,
happens.
so this is a little token of our appreciation. I hope you won't refuse.
Like, since this is gonna definitely take me 2 days, it's like I'll pick up on that
Cultivate
next
them
week.
yourself?
Because I looked in
Thank you so
advance.
much.
This is gonna be
I'll
extremely
certainly take
long.
them. Maloose,
It's gonna
we
take
do
me 2
still have
days.
some empty flower pots at home, right?
Why, we can have as many pots as you'd like, demoiselle.
Perfect. In that case, we'll swap out some of the decorative plants for some of Mrs. Burnett's flowers.
Yeah, because
Very well.
basically this act in total is 4.5
Something
hours.
seems to be off here.
So that
Excuse me,
plus
madam.
Fiorena's
If I'm not
regular
mistaken,
story
your
quest,
name
which is an hour and a
is Burnett,
half,
correct?
that's 6 hours I
That's
can
right.
split between 2
Is
days.
something wrong?
I kind of have to
Ah,
do it
no,
that way.
It's nothing. This is the first time we've ever
I had a
met,
feeling that was going to
but
happen, because
your
that's what
name
happened last
seems
time.
Familiar to me. I must have heard it when I was discussing things with your husband previously. I've heard this name before. Sometime recently, I'm sure of it. And why are there so few people around here? Where did everyone go?
Ma'am, you're in
We must mind the
purgatory.
time, demoiselle. We still have important things to attend.
We do?
Well, now, did you forget?
Miss Navia, here you are. I've been looking for you. Please, come to the Opera House. Your trial is about to begin.
Trial? What?
My trial? Wait, why would I need to go to the Opera House?
Yes, she's right, Demoiselle. It's just about time now, so we should get going.
Oh?
She really is in purgatory, isn't she? Oh no. It's like, don't be in purgatories. She'll be judged in the hex. No.
Look, it's Navia. She's here.
And her 2 attendants are with her. Goodness. Everyone's
Now I see why
finally
they
here.
specifically named all these people. It was to serve a very specific purpose.
There are a lot of people here to see the trial. And they all seem to be oddly excited about something. I even know some of these people. Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen. Why are so many people here? And as for the judge... huh? Where's Monsieur Neuvillette?
He is not the
Please sit in the
judge.
defendant's seat. Don't worry, Silver and I shall accompany you.
All right.
You shall be judged by something
Are you
else.
sure you can stand behind me?
Will you be judged by Satan?
Typically,
Maybe
it
God?
wouldn't be allowed, but today is an exception.
Celestia?
Hey, what kind of place do they think this is?
Come on. Do they have any idea what they're doing?
Serious.
Enough with the whispering! Could someone please tell me where Monsieur Neuvillette is? And why I'm standing trial?
Yeah, we want
My dear
answers.
Miss Navia,
Please.
have you not yet realized what you've done? In that case, allow me to explain. As all here know, you are Master Callus's successor, the head of the Spina di Rosula, someone held in high regard by every soul in Poisson.
What's
After
up?
you took over the Spina, you treated all of us just like the late Master Callus had. If anyone in need reached out to you for help, you responded. Not only you, but your butler, your subordinates, nearly everyone in the Spina di Rosula fought for the well-being of those in Poisson.
She's that nice. Yes.
Wait a moment. Aren't you just proving that I'm a good person?
Yes.
Correct. Absolutely right. And that is why you stand accused. You have helped so many people get through so many difficulties. You are one with us. We are inseparable.
One
We
of
are
us.
One, big
One
family.
of
All
us.
of us who are from Poisson, inextricably linked. And with you being so
Gotta blow my
important,
nose.
we couldn't possibly do without you. Therefore, this fair and
Okay.
honorable court shall declare you guilty, and you shall stay here. You will be together with us forever.
Forever.
What are you saying? Everything you have said is
They're
correct.
crazy.
I have indeed done a lot for my hometown.
Yeah, they started the
and
trial
I
without
would be
informing you of the
willing to be with
charges.
you all, but
They're like, we're gonna
what is the
inform you
purpose of having me
now
stand
while
here
you're
like
here with us
this?
forever.
What is there to discuss?
Ah, well, if that's what you think, then I have no further comments.
How wonderful, Miss Navia!
They're like, join the hive
I
mind.
know all these people. Why are they laughing?
I seem to remember now. Yes, I get it. This trial is...
Wait just a moment. This isn't right!
Okay, good. They came to their senses. Thank goodness.
Moose?
What was that, Mr. Malus? Our
Malus.
conclusion is very clear and unanimous. Let the court judge her now. She's guilty.
No.
Stay here, Navia! You're one of us!
No.
Demoiselle,
No.
don't admit guilt.
No.
This trial means to keep you here forever.
She's not like one of you. She's a
I wish to
5-star.
exercise
And
my
you're just
right
an
to defend
NPC.
Our Lady. Mr. Joinville, you only know of Navia's goodness, but nothing of her utterly independent mind.
She was born a free and independent spirit. She has never been tied down by anything. Indeed, even the death of Master Callus couldn't stop her.
Her actions cannot serve as proof that she identifies herself as part of any group. She merely acted as an individual, extending her hand to help others.
She is nice and
Please do not
strong.
mistake her actions as being otherwise.
So strong.
Really? As an individual, you say? Don't forget, we are all Fontanians here. This is the nation of justice, the nation of Hydro. Even if Miss Navia only voluntarily rendered her assistance, that doesn't change the fact that her beautiful soul must return to everyone. Water accepts all, blends with all. It will surely accept her kindness.
No.
Everything is measured here in the nation of Hydro, and in the end, everyone shall meld together. Thus,
No.
when a unanimous opinion
No
emerges,
melding. No.
that opinion
No.
represents justice. Now I speak for everyone. Our opinion is consistent. Navia should stay.
No hive
We
mind.
and Navia are one.
And you would call this justice? Preposterous. You are merely jealous that Demoiselle still has a chance to exist as an individual. Have you forgotten how much you all once longed to become individuals, to become independent?
Do you mean to defy our justice?
Oh shit.
If your justice is flawed, then why should we acknowledge it?
As you said, we can also have our own justice. Silver and I shall defend Demoiselle.
Yeah.
That is how we will enforce justice.
Do it.
My head... It hurts.
Demoiselle,
Silver, it hurts. My head is spinning. All I can see is stars swirling in front of me.
Snap out of it.
Now, everything that seemed odd from the very beginning.
Oh.
Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen, and Mr. Giverny and Mrs. Burnett, who we met earlier. Even Malus and Silver. I don't want to admit it, but they're all dead.
Ding, ding, ding. We got a winner.
don't be afraid, and don't admit guilt. We will protect you to the very end.
Absurd! Who are you to say that she cannot be judged? We are the majority, and in the nation of trials, the majority is absolute justice. We are the will of all.
Don't let them escape! We shall keep Navia here with us!
Mr. Malus and
No.
Mr. C.
Like, we're getting her out of here.
Stubborn.
Somehow.
How could the two
I don't
of you
know, but we're getting her
possibly
out of
hope
here.
to stand against the collective? Do not resist. This judgment is fair and just.
Ooh.
Navia belongs to us.
Oceanids!
After all that happened, she should not be left alone in Poisson.
They're Oceanids!
What are you saying?
No more excuses!
Oh God.
He says we're jealous.
It's like, would this become a horror game? Literally just now. So, you got your popcorn right on time.
She belongs to us.
Miss Navia, she...
Silence.
Oh, hi, Noviland. Welcome.
That's...
Yeah, I guess you could call them jellyfish.
Monsieur Neuvillette!
That's one way of putting
Such
it.
commotion is prohibited in the court. The accusations you just presented are nonsense and cannot constitute a proper trial. The court will adjourn for the rest of the day. In this, I shall hear no objections from any unauthorized party.
Yeah, you tell 'em.
Monsieur Neuvillette.
Please leave with me, Miss Navia, while there is still time.
Yeah.
But
Go on now, demoiselle. This is your only chance to leave this place. What, can't bear to leave us behind?
Malus.
No, go.
I couldn't resist making one little joke once I realized that this shall be our last goodbye.
Oh no, she's doing the pretty crying again.
Silver.
Oh,
Quickly, you must come now.
Goodbye.
it's time to go. They are already jellyfish people now. They have been assimilated. Goodbye.
No, wait! Just a second!
Yeah, the pretty tears are flowing again.
You're awake.
So, do they just...
Good.
So...
I must have been dreaming.
This means two
Rose and Silver were
things.
still alive, and
Either when
were
when the
defending me at
Fontanians get
some
hit with the
insane
primordial
trial.
water, they become
Looks like you're all
Oceanids,
right.
or the Fontanians were already
Have a nightmare?
Oceanids.
Paimon could give you a hug.
I don't know. We'll have to see how they explain
the
it.
ruins you were exploring suffered a cave-in.
It's
When I
it's
arrived,
either
I
the
found
chicken
you
or the
falling
egg.
Toward the water. You were just about to be dissolved within, but I...
What is it?
I think I saw 2 Oceanids protecting you. It was only for a moment, perhaps even a fraction of a second, but they gave me the chance to retrieve you. Were it not for
That
their
was
intervention,
them.
I would not have
Yeah,
been
so I
able
guess
to
they do
rescue
turn
you before
into
your consciousness
Oceans.
dissipated.
Wait, did you say Oceanids? You mean like what happened with Vache?
Genshin isn't consistent about how it pronounces things, so I'm not gonna be consistent either. So people that dissolved became Oceanids?
Perhaps those 2 Oceanids were the people you saw in your dream.
I always told them that they didn't have to protect me.
Okay, so they become
To
Oceanids.
think that
Okay.
they keep doing so even after death.
So that's how they're made, I guess.
Please come with me.
Neverlet, are you okay?
Oh, I am quite all right. Perhaps there's something we could chat about?
Yes, sir, you have some
Why
explaining to
did
do.
this
Why?
thing all of a
What?
sudden?
You're
Oh,
here.
Paimon knows. You're the type who feels
I'm
like
happy
there's
you're
things
here,
left
but why are you
to
here?
talk about, right?
I merely thought that we should give Navia some time to herself.
Why didn't you just say so then? Don't you think it's even more awkward to call us over like this and then have nothing to talk about?
He's trying his best.
Suppose so.
By the way, Sigeween sends her regards.
Ah, Sigeween. I hope all is
Does that
well
mean
with
we
her
fight
these
one,
days.
they're fighting a
Her
dead
work in
person?
the fortress
Probably,
of
yeah.
Meropide has not been too much for her.
But
has
we've
it?
already been doing that with the Hilly Trail, so
Don't worry.
basically all monsters are dead people. I guess.
Well, that is good. I have always worried that Sigeween would need a lot of time to understand the world of humanity, just as I have.
Oh,
Yeah, even when you fight like the armored enemies, those are dead people as well. So yeah, pretty much almost every enemy is either a dead person or the
Thank you.
Fatui.
I have indeed been busy lately. And I
Or some
also hope that
supernatural
everything is
creature.
going well in the fortress of Meropide.
He still doesn't know what to talk about. Let's chat about something else then. So, Neverlet, you're probably quite the swimmer, huh?
You swim like a little otter.
Yes, of course.
This isn't going anywhere. Let's try something else. How did you find these ruins? Did the name
Yes,
tell
that question. It's like universal
Yes,
rule:
in fact.
monsters either made from the
I had
dead or
arranged
will
to
soon
meet you
become
in
dead.
Poisson,
Yes,
but when I
exactly. There
arrived,
you
I
go.
discovered that the
That pretty
Fatui
much
were
explains
helping the
it.
residents evacuate. They had even transported a large quantity of supplies to the area. Amid my astonishment, I ran into the knave, and we had a chat. She informed me that she had asked you to investigate the ancient ruins here.
Yeah, we originally planned to meet up with you, but we thought you might still be busy with all those official documents. We didn't think exploring the ruins would take very long, and who would have thought you'd wrap things up so quickly?
I hope Navia can get back on her feet. You know, after seeing what happened.
I'm sorry to have kept you all waiting like that. I'm feeling much better now. I guess we should get going again. Will you come with us, Monsieur Neuvillette?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind my company.
We would love your company, sure. For you are the baby girl. See? Best baby girl.
Time to go.
It's like the camera suddenly zoomed out. I'm like, oh.
Oh no, another unstable
Like, can the bridge not collapse, please? Or the stairs? I need stairs. Oh, don't. It's like, don't clip. Oh, I see. I gotta go from the side. Ah! I messed that up. I messed that up. I really messed that up. Oops. Okay, it put me back. Yeah, I thought I could go straight up, but it's like, no, they wanted me to crawl around the side. My bad. I ain't worried about no rocks. Hi, Kitty. What do you want, Kitty? Hello. You were not being so nice. What happened? What happened? You want to play? Is that it? You want to play, sir? You wish to play? Like, oh, the rocks, when they fall, they actually do damage. You want lap? Alright, then get on my lap. Sir, make up your mind.
Into the wind, as one with wind and cloud.
By royal decree.
The tides beckon.
Alright, what do we got here? What is this thing? Where'd he go? Oh, he's under my feet now. Okay. He just wanted to cater to his little foot fetish. Or not? What, kitty? What do you want? Oh my goodness. Make up your mind. Do you want lap or not? My son. My kitty boy. My little man. You need to tell me what you want. Okay, now you're on my lap. Oh my goodness. Was that so hard? Mwah. Who wants synchronized cat pet things? Every follow gets free cat head pet. Mwah. Alright, now we're on the other side. Kitty, can you lay down? I'm in a very awkward position because of you. Yes, synchronized cat pet thing, yay!
Looks like we've reached the end.
He is specifically
This is the place.
climbing on
There
top
should
of
not be
me,
any
so I
other
have him
hidden
in like
spaces
an
in the vicinity.
embrace. I literally have the
path
controller
sure
in my
had some
hand
twists
while
and
I'm hugging
turns,
him.
but it turns out that this place isn't actually that big.
He is being mega baby right now. There seems to be something on the wall. Hey, Taffy, why are you being so baby right now?
Stone slates. It seems like they were put here as an offering. Could we take them down and have a look?
Climb on, please.
Perhaps we should just leave them be for.
There are 4 locations in total, but
He's
only
pulling
3
up a
stone slates.
storm.
The
Wish you
slate
guys
that
could
shipped
hear
you the
it.
first empty spot is
I'm
missing.
putting him like up close to the mic.
surrounding walls also show signs of damage.
There's something written below. Let Paimon see. Reason dictates that this nation be destroyed. I
but
shall record the history of its future
Taffy.
here in its past.
all right, you're
Say what?
It feels like someone left these slates and these
you're
words
being
here
too
for a
silly. He's
purpose.
being a silly man. He's trying to climb on
Does
me.
he mean that Fontaine should be destroyed?
You can't
That
climb
would fit
on
the
me.
circumstances
Not right now.
dictated by the prophecy, yes. Indeed, the slate's contents correspond to it. Take the second slate, for example.
There's a person kneeling here. She seems so dedicated. And there's a whole bunch of other people behind her doing the same. She's facing this... what is this? Some kind of...
Yeah, the silly man has to be silly. You're right. Sometimes it do be like that.
In the third image? Did the Hydro Archon fall into the water?
And is that a ring of people around her? Paimon doesn't quite get it. Are they all in the water?
The fourth image. I know this one. This exactly matches the content of the prophecy.
The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne.
Yep, we've heard this already. We've seen all this already. What'd that do?
More information should be hidden in these slates, but I fear I cannot easily uncover it, most likely due to us missing the first slate. I am very sorry.
Dang.
Don't blame yourself, Monsieur Neuvillette.
They're like, nope, you can't pick up in the middle. You gotta start from the beginning. Whoops.
Ooh, Paimon's getting the chills just looking at these slates. This says that it's the history of the future, right? That means the prophecy's sure to come true.
I really hope it doesn't mean that.
Still, Paimon feels like these images are kind of weird when you look at them together.
I get what you mean. The issue is the order of the third and fourth images, right?
That's right. If the images are in chronological order, shouldn't the fourth, the waters drowning Fontaine, come before the third, where the Hydro Archon herself falls into the water?
And yet the order is reversed here.
The second image is also quite concerning. What sin are the people in the images confessing to?
If we go by timing, Lady Farina only emerges in the third image. That means that the person in the second image might be the previous Hydro Archon.
Egeria, then. I had never met her, but her appearance here does match the records.
Yeah, I guess that would be her,
the previous Archon kneeling before the floating island
predecessor.
In the skies, as if confessing a sin.
Did she herself commit that sin? And if not, why would she be in such a posture? Also, I'm still wondering why these ancient stone slates are here at all. Judging from their contents, could this place be the origin of the prophecy? Does that mean that someone, or some people, once saw these slates?
Yeah, probably.
Who would have created these slates and left these words here?
Yeah, who? Who did this? Why? Why you do this?
It seems that any further clues will have to come from Farina.
In that case, there's no time to lose. There's nothing else to be gained here, so...
Domo Squidchama, welcome. How are you doing?
Yeah, we better get somewhere safe for now.
Honestly, who created the slates doesn't matter now. The real question is whether things will truly play out as the prophecy foretells or not. I guess we'll see. Après moi, à déluge.
Let's split up here. I'm going to check on what's happening with the Spina. You know how it is. There's some things you just need to be there for yourself.
You still have energy for that, Navia?
Just head back to the Fleuve Cendre.
Take Paimon, go to bed.
All this time.
Is EP time.
I'll depart as well. Thanks for your hard work today. Rest well, everyone. Traveler, I will go talk to Farina tomorrow morning to ask about the stone slate. I'm sure that you're concerned about this matter as well. If you have time, drop by my office. I will share the results of our discussion with you.
Hey.
Are you talk about this directly?
Well, like, we'll go see you. Try and get some answers.
I'm getting a little scared now that it's
We need answers.
She has long been harboring secrets and will not give them up easily, which makes it all the more my duty to ensure that she understands the present situation.
Alright, we'll leave it in your hands then. You're probably the best person to talk to her anyway.
I will be carefully considering my words tonight.
You do that.
Paimon, our safe house at the Fleuve Cendre is always open.
Yeah, I don't know if
to you
anyone
as
really
ever.
does sleep. I think that's just a
Don't think you're in
concept.
imposition.
Unless they're trapped in a time loop sort of thing, like in, Sumer.
All right. I'll be on my way then.
Alright, they both depart, and then you head to the base. All your base.
We're finally back!
Welcome back. We've got a special menu prepared for you two tonight.
Oh, really?
Yay! And there's good food too! No, the boss is the best.
Hey, boss? Can I cook at the Paimon, please?
Paimon's already starting to forget what happened today.
Oh, that voice. Is that who I think it is?
Oh, shit!
Huh?
It's you two.
Mona! Oh my goodness! I had no idea she would be here. Yeah, it's like, what is sleep? I don't know either. I don't think they poop either. I think it just burns through. Once they eat food, it just burns through their body in combat.
Seriously, nobody just uses
The cake is a lie.
time to just see who they'll meet on the road.
Still, we didn't expect to see you here. Wait, you're not a Fontanian, are you, Mona?
Yeah, I really was not expecting Mona to show
I have
up.
some business to attend to here, so I booked a hotel in the city. I was just out for a stroll when I bumped into you. Quite unexpectedly, if I might add.
Yeah, I
Why
agree.
did you
Like,
think I was from
wow.
Fontaine, though? Is that because Magistus doesn't sound much like a Mondstadter surname?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Well, I used to have my own.
Yeah, maybe she'll get a
surname,
new outfit
well,
later.
some other thing.
I don't
Either
know.
way, the old hag told me when she took me as her disciple that the first step to being a great astrologist's pupil
Like, this
was
could be
to
a preview.
choose that name. There was nothing for it, really. She really is amazing at astrology, so I changed my name to what it is now according to her wishes. To my surprise, however, Magistus is not the name of some ancient house or clan.
It isn't?
Huh?
Nope. Although it is used by us in place of surnames, it generally just means great.
Wow.
Wow!
Oh my goodness. It's like, oh yeah, it's like the name doesn't mean anything. It just said it just means you're great.
I reckon so. In any case,
The great
I'd
Mona.
give my disciple a name
Mona
like
the
this as
Great.
well, if I were to take
Mona the blue. Mona the moist. And may I ask what your master's name is?
Astromancer Barbeloth Trismegistus.
Whoa, that's a long one. Does it also mean great or something?
Use it. Yeah, use it.
The great astrologist. As for the
Not
old
Mona
hag,
the moist.
hers
Yes,
is,
Mona
in
the
plain
moist.
speech, thrice as great scholar of the stars. Just take it as a title specific to astrologists.
Thrice as great? That's so petty.
I know, right? That's just how she is.
More
She
a
used to
Mona.
call herself Magistus, actually, but when she took me in,
Mona
she
the
changed her name to
astrologist.
Talk
Trismegistus.
about excessive.
Magistus is thus the calling card of our school, so to speak, which makes it about the same as a surname. It's all right if you don't get it. You can look into it further should you need to study astrology more deeply.
How about triple appetite Paimon?
Terrible! But anyway, you're not Fontanian, are you, Mona? You're from Mondstadt.
Well, I was born in Mondstadt, yes. My parents migrated to Dorman Port, and I traveled with the old hag for a while, after which I settled down in Mondstadt City.
Oh, that's a good thing then. At least we know you won't be dissolved by Fontaine's water.
Speaking of that,
Like, yeah,
I'm sure
I
you're
don't.
aware
It's like
that
she
a bunch
already
of
dissolves
things
in the
have happened
water
here in
already
Fontaine,
with her
right?
little magics.
I know you're not a local, but I'd avoid getting too close to any water that looks strange all the same. There's something ominous about it.
Astrology is among the finest piece of graphic literature. Indeed it is. Did you come because of the prophecy?
That was the main reason, yes. Just a while back, the Steambird invited me to take part in a panel and speak about the circulation of the prophecy as an astrologist. The invitation was sent quite early on. I don't think anyone expected Fontaine to be in this much trouble.
What do you make of that prophecy, Mona? Just tell us what you think as an astrologist. Your word would go a long way to make things more certain and less scary.
What I can tell you is that I'm an astrologist, and that this prophecy concerns the fate of Fontaine, even that of all Tevat. Ascertaining this is akin to reading the fortune of the whole world. I'm afraid that
That
this
doesn't sound
is not
good.
something that just anyone can do. If I could do it, you would no longer call me an astrologist,
but a visionary.
What does that
On the flip
mean?
side, the prophecy is so huge and powerful that it must surely come from a powerful visionary. Its contents involve the fate of the world. Disregarding it would be a mistake.
So you can't do anything?
Really powerful and all, but does such a person really exist?
Yeah, where do we find a visionary?
The old hag could do it.
I know where we can get a dictionary, but not a visionary.
Hexenzirkel colleagues of hers who could do something similar.
It's like, could you help me get in touch with your master then?
Are you sure? All right.
It's like if she's thrice as great, she might as well be a visionary then. I think that would qualify.
I'll tell you once I hear back from her.
Thanks, Mona. You're amazing as always.
Oh, well.
Truly an
this is
achievement and a
something only I
triumph.
can do after all. So yes, your praises are quite welcome.
Hee.
That's the greatest of astrologists for you. Of all the people we know, you know the star's the best.
Indeed. That's the spirit.
Butter up more, why don't you?
I came to see what all the commotion was about. If there's anything you need, do not hesitate to inform the Spina di Rosso.
Oh, whoops. Guess we were getting a little too carried away there. Well, I'll go tend to my own business now. If I receive any news, I'll be sure to come find you two again.
And there she goes.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye,
Mona.
Spina guy giving us suspicious looks.
Eh.
Right, but we were
I hate to see her go, but I love to watch her leave. Decided to get a good night's sleep. Alright, so I guess we do sleep.
Good morning. To be honest, I'm still feeling kind of...
Don't care.
Get up, traveler. We agreed to go see Nuvula.
Yes, I know, let's go. Like, Paimon, you are saying words. That is the thing, you say words, but I already know. We can only hope he found something. Anything. It's like, sir, did you find the things that we were looking for? Any new information? Hello, little one.
Finally.
Hello. So small.
Is something wrong?
Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Farina, they seem to have gotten into a dispute.
Oh, shit.
Please go see for yourself.
Uh-oh. Ooh.
Like I said, I've already explained everything.
And yet the problem has not been properly solved. There is little space for excuses between us. It is not my intention to offend you, but please, tell me where you stand. You are the Hydro Archon Focalor, are you not?
Ooh.
Look at this.
He's
This
even
is a
questioning
list
her.
of the victims from the recent Poisson incident.
Like, you know it's bad when he's questioning you.
You mean they're all...
We did not arrive in time to avert this disaster, and I will not have it happen again. I will say this once more. You must tell me everything you know.
We want the 12.
Yesterday, I found
We can
3
handle the
stone
12.
slates in some ancient ruins near Poisson. Do you know anything about those?
Seriously? You're questioning me like this is a court case now. I don't know anything about that. But you found them in some ancient ruins, you say?
Yes.
That's correct, which is why I came to ask you some questions. There should have been 4 slates, but one of them was missing. The other 3 feature different images that seem to correlate to the prophecy.
The prophecy?
The second of these slates depicts the previous Hydro Archon Egeria kneeling before a floating island in the sky, as if confessing something. Do you know nothing of this either?
Oh, thank you for the follow. Domo, welcome.
Slates.
I'll ask you again. Do you really have no information regarding the previous Archon? My deciphering of the slates indicates that the Hydro Archon Egeria once had to confess to, or apologize for, a certain sin. If anyone would know about it, it should be you.
You know nothing, Furina.
She was herself and I'm me. Is it really so strange that I know nothing?
I understand your concerns, but I'm sorry. I just don't have anything to tell you.
Forgive me for saying this now, Lady Farina, but I have long known of your various secret investigations into certain matters. There are several indications that you have been investigating the prophecy on the sly. This is not strange in itself, considering that you are the Hydro Archon. But it is strange that you should also claim to not know any of Egeria's secrets, as well as do nothing following your inquiries.
That is pretty
You have never been as
sus.
superficial as you have presented yourself to be, nor are you a fool. And yet, your behavior is very inconsistent.
Yeah.
So you've been watching me all this
Yeah, it's like I have
time,
nothing to
have
tell
you?
you. It's like I
didn't
know
think you were that
nothing.
tight.
Turns out they know everything.
Well, since you know about my secret investigations, then you should know I'm actually working to take care of it.
There's no point questioning or suspecting me. You're the Eudix, but you're still my subordinate. You should be following my lead. Just trust in me, your Archon, and do as I say. Never mind whether you can truly convince yourself to or not. It'll all turn out fine.
Ma'am, it's not fine. It's the
That's
opposite
all
of
I have
fine.
to say. We do not
This is
discuss
not
this
fine.
matter again. Oh, the opera's about to start. Toodles!
Toodle these nuts. You got it. You gotta answer us. Come on. There she goes.
Did Farina not notice us standing by the door? Wonder what's up with her. She was smiling. She didn't seem in the mood to care if we were listening in or not.
Yeah, she's hiding something. She's being sus.
I assume you've been outside for a while now?
Yeah.
Seems Farina didn't even realize we were here.
She was in a great panic, though I cannot discern the reason. Our discussion reached impasses time and again, a state of affairs that we cannot allow to continue. Still, I do not understand. Dialogue is the basis for understanding, so why did she keep refusing to engage?
Might not suffice. You need to make her understand how dire the situation is.
Everyone
You know,
in her
aside
inner
from the
circle
dead
has
people.
noticed that she is hiding some secret. The issue is her attitude. I fear that she will not reveal anything unless absolutely forced to. We may have to create a situation in which she will have no choice but to speak.
Oh? Like what?
Normally, people will only reveal the truth when standing trial. Perhaps we must have the Hydro Archon experience just such a scenario.
I told you we're gonna arrest her. It's like I was joking earlier, but I think that's exactly what's gonna happen. Go directly to jail. Do not collect $200.
We will need to consider this thoroughly. Join forces with various
It's like we are going to spank that brat and not in the sexy way, okay?
If at all possible, I would prefer to recuse myself from this affair, but we must prevent the prophecy from coming to pass. This may be cruel to her, but all Fontaine is in crisis.
Yeah, play Ace Attorney
The
again,
information
exactly.
a god possesses is too precious, and so we must take a chance on this.
That case will help. Yes, we're gonna probably spank Fiorina for being a brat. Who we gonna call? Who we gonna call? Who are we calling? Who are we calling? Who? Is it who I think it is? Who is it? Who I think it is?
Well, that's everyone, huh? Speaking of which, it was pretty smart of you to think of hiding here.
Yeah, I'm like, is it Yanfei?
Poisson was just involved in a disaster, so it's presently devoid of...
You want to see your discipliner, yeah.
And here you are drinking tea like it's the most natural thing in the world, huh?
That's what families should do. Sit and enjoy a leisurely time together.
It's nice to enjoy tea here, you know? Care for a cup?
Lend me your ears, everyone. Or perhaps one of you might like to start us off. How about you, friend?
Oh, hi, Feminier.
No.
Then, how about you, good sir?
I fear that I will cause the mood on this boat to become as somber as it is in court.
Don't worry about it, baby
Guess
girl.
we're lucky we've
You're
got a
fine.
local like me to organize things. Wonderful, the spotlight at last. I guess I'll be facilitating things from here.
That was a little long-winded, don't you think?
Wow, the whole gang's here, isn't it?
You might be right. Anyway, to cut to the chase, our friend here, the Traveler, has brought us together to discuss something. As for what that is, well, let's start by saying that we'll be pooling our efforts together to create a series of traps.
Oh?
Traps? Where?
Intriguing.
Well, it's just an expression, really. One that I just learned from Chlorand and used on the spot. So, let's invite her to explain in detail. A round of applause, please.
Yay.
Didn't you say that you would be facilitating this?
Oh,
I
come
can't
now.
clap. It hurts my
Your work
hands.
doesn't involve much speaking, right? This is a good chance to
It's like when people normally clap, I
You
just
might
pretend to
even pick
clap,
up some
so
fancy
I.
oratory tricks to
That's
impress your
okay.
boss with in the future.
I see. And what does my boss say?
He is glad that you consider him your boss. Do go on.
In that case, do any of you have experience hunting?
Hunting,
Not that I
yes.
recall.
Yes.
Fremine and I once used a wooden stick in a basket to catch wild rabbits when we were younger. As for Lynette, oh, right. You were sick that day, weren't you?
I've also gone diving to catch some fish before. Does that count?
Yes.
I'm afraid not. You may or may not have heard, but Fontaine once played host to a group known as the Marechaussee Hunters. Though that was their name, they did not hunt animals, but rather various monsters left behind by the ancient dynasty of King Remus. Today, Fontaine's monster population has already thinned greatly, so the hunters have blended back into society, taking up arms in other lines of work. They even left a unique methodology of hunting in their wake. A trap comprises of the following components: bait, a trigger, and a containment device. Sometimes a lethal implement will also be necessary to deal with the prey.
Yeah, this all sounds valid so far.
If we were to build a trap together, right now, what would you choose to build it with?
Spikes!
For me, I would prefer something basket-shaped. Pigeons and rabbits will see the bait and naturally enter the snare. Our line of work requires
I want my
a
traps to have
deft
spikes
hand,
in them.
and we're some of the best in the industry, so
Just 'cause.
you can count on our techniques.
You used some of those techniques while moving
Make a
the
nice
people
little
of
shish
Croissant,
kebab.
didn't you? My subordinates mentioned that you even performed some
Turn me into
magic for the
Swiss
bawling
cheese.
children.
Yes,
Yeah, an
and
acid
I
pit.
even
That would be
managed to gather
cool.
some intelligence in the meantime. I'm quite the multitasker if I do say so myself.
I'm afraid I can't claim that as my strong suit. I prefer more stable methods, like placing bait in the water and waiting for the fish to come within reach.
That one's
That's
reasonable.
The kind of method I would
Have
count
some
on.
bait.
Calm and steady. Exactly the kind of person who would catch loads of fish.
And I can be their assistant.
With discretion, I'm
I'd probably use some sort of mechanical animal. Papa once bought me some small clockwork squirrels, mice, and such. When placed in the forest, they can attract others of their kind. I remember that you liked those too, didn't you?
Oh, does she? Tell me
did.
more.
And that would be a good way to go about it. If they're realistic enough, animals of the same kind will follow them all the way to the trap.
What about you,
She
Monsieur
like
Neuvillette?
cute things?
I fear I do not have any related experience.
That makes sense. You usually solve problems directly, without the use of any such tricks.
Yes, he's a
But I
good
do
baby
have
girl.
One more question for you, Monsieur. If we were to create a trap now, how would you design it?
I would like for it to be effective, but bring no harm to the prey. A more gentle trap would be ideal.
Kind, as always. However, our intention doesn't necessarily change the containment device and the type of implement we need. If we wanted to kill the prey in one strike, we would need a powerful implement. However, that also goes for prey that must be captured and safely contained.
Wait.
Yes, this is true.
Why is that?
Only a hunter who's a true expert at subduing their prey can snare it without harming it. The line that divides life and death is often exceedingly thin.
Yes, as a hunter, I
So
can confirm.
Are we
Yes.
going hunting together?
Very difficult. That's why we are the professionals.
We hadn't thought of seeing ourselves as hunters. It kinda works, but maybe it's still not the best metaphor.
If our means of capturing and dealing with our prey is to put them on trial, then the hunting metaphor is actually quite accurate. But we shall require much more courage than any hunter to judge a god, a being whose seat is an exalted throne.
Right.
Oh, so that's what's going on. Sounds very interesting.
Yeah, it was just a metaphor. You won't really call this a hunt. You just want to get her to a particular stage. What you need is simply the secret she's keeping. Never take her secrets is an act of sacrilegious disrespect, but must be done to prevent Fontaine from sinking into waters, as foretold in the prophecy. Now it's letting me go through the dialogue without autoing. I guess if I have auto on before the text comes up, it just proceeds automatically. I can't control it. I don't know. Or maybe I can and the buttons just don't appear. I don't know. There's neither hunter nor prey, but there must be a trap. That's what you will need. Whatever, time to go set up a trap. Yeah, it's like, just ask a thief to steal her secrets. I don't think it'll be that easy. Alright, rest well, Cosmic.
It's been a tough few days, hasn't it? So much has been happening.
Yeah, I will. Those meetings sure did make me hungry.
Paimon didn't think the meetings would go on for so long, but everyone seemed pretty fired up, huh? Paimon thought they'd be at least a little frightened. Well, Fremine was, now that Paimon thinks about it, but everyone else just looked a little surprised.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. Paimon doesn't have any experience with this sort of thing. But with you around, Paimon sure will do great.
Yeah, I'll solve your problems.
Person in the world, aren't you? Huh?
Something wrong?
Did you just pour some tea? Paimon didn't notice you doing that at all.
No, I didn't.
Then what's that? Paimon's never seen that cup before.
Don't
Yes,
be
hello?
frightened. I'm just joining you two for tea. I merely refrained from saying anything till now.
What?
Who's that voice? But there's no one
Who are you?
Have you forgotten me already?
Wait. You are familiar. You're the voice we heard from the sky in Sumeru.
Oh yeah, that voice.
The voice from the sky, I fear that description is wrong.
Why'd you turn into a
Not
cup of tea?
completely wrong. You're feeling lost now, just as you were feeling previously. I sensed that confusion and thus came to you. Guiding people is an irresistible hobby of mine, after all.
Who are you? What do you want with us?
Consider me a passerby, just accepting a commission from my friend's disciple on a whim.
Friend disciple. So this is one of the friends of Mona's master. The N of the Hexen Circle. So what about the prophecy?
Yes, what has been prophesied will be fulfilled. You may view such things as the history of the future.
Like, thanks?
Then is there any way we can stop it?
I believe you have witnessed a failed attempt with your own eyes. Can everything in Tevat so easily be changed?
There it is again. Fate. Can there really be no exceptions? Can we not change the course of destiny?
Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from
I wonder when we'll meet this
perspectives of
character.
the gods. Could things be happening in hidden corners where the god's gaze does not fall? Are the things that you shall see different from the fate that the gods perceive?
Yes. Like, literally, we saw the universe be retconned.
It all sounds really impressive and important and stuff, but it also sounds kind of scary.
The tea in the teacup is just about gone as
I
well.
believe that you understand, right?
Oh,
Some
Domo
things are
Quizzlecon.
insignificant,
Thank you for the raid.
Others
Domo
must reach
Raiders.
out to change. ultimately,
I'm getting all the rates today.
serve as your
Let me give you
only
a shout
guide,
out.
no matter what will happen in Tevat's
Oh, Raiders, I'm
future.
Bloody Loon, Kitsune Hunter / Animal
All
Tamer,
you
and
need
we are
to do
playing the
is to play
Genshins
your
today.
part.
I mustachio question, but I'm shaving it
This
for
was good
later.
tea, by the
I think I
way.
spelled that right.
Thank you for your
I hope I did.
hospitality. Well,
So yeah, how was your
that'll be all for
stream? How
today.
was
The voice.
Shadows over Loathing?
It's gone.
Thanks for the raid. It's like sit back, enjoy the Genshinings and yeah. Oh, the free drops. I have drops on, so get your free primos. You're getting more diligent, Paimon. Really fun. Hope you're having a good time. Yes, I am. Thank you so much again for the raid.
Walked in on some lively banter.
If you gotta go pee or eat or whatever, by all means, go right ahead. How have you been these past few days?
Fine, just fine. I went to take part in that Steambird panel.
So nice to see
Turned out
Mona
to be
again.
more
Yay!
interesting than I expected. Not all Fontanians are pessimistic about this. One journalist mentioned that sitting around and waiting for the end to come would be wrong, and that they should make their own rescue preparations. I agreed, so we had a brief chat with her.
Did she have pink hair by any chance?
Was it Charlotte?
Yes, it was Charlotte.
Even though I didn't get Furina in my roles, I did get Charlotte at least. I got her a few times.
I'm in full support of her view. Prophecies are very important.
It's nice to have a cryo catalyst now. We have 2 of them now.
Commandeered by just a few words.
That's right! Paimon's glad to hear something sensible for once.
You've come for the beautiful voice.
About
Well, yeah,
what we
Mona's right here.
discussed before. I did try,
But yeah,
but I'm
Stoma,
afraid I
welcome,
couldn't
Dragon's
reach the
Man.
tag. I'll try again tonight, but I wouldn't get your hopes up.
Actually, someone already came over. The magic N of hexagons or something.
Goodness gracious. Are you serious?
I believe she came to pass a message to
She
us.
said that even the god's gaze has blind spots. Pretty bold if you ask Paimon. Most people would believe the gods to be all-knowing, right?
The Hexen Circle members are certainly anything but ordinary.
The Hexen Circles,
As for
right.
the mage named N, the old hag has mentioned her a few times. She said that N's sense of direction is incredible, and that she loves guiding those who are lost.
She also likes to
But
turn into
I've
tea
never
for
met
some
her,
reason.
and if she was still alive, she'd be... Well, suffice it to say that the hag's at least a few hundred now, and N's been around for longer than that.
So pre-cataclysm,
The Hexen
probably.
Circle sounds like a scary group. But they must really stay in shape to live so long.
Their abilities alone are pretty terrifying. If she came to see you personally, then the problem you're facing must truly be of great importance.
Well,
It'll be
it's
cool
not
when we get
like
to
Paimon
meet
can
more of the
understand anything
witches.
she said.
Yes, she was.
Have you
quite
gotten
cryptic,
Risley?
but
No, I didn't get
I
Risley,
suspect she
unfortunately.
means
I spent all my
there's still a
primos
way
on
to turn
Nouvelette.
things around.
So I was
Didn't say
empty.
when or what that would be, though, so... Perhaps it is something that you cannot know right now.
And what few rolls I had left, I was like, let me try Fury, and I didn't get her. Her words were meant to be a helpful hint, but when will we realize their value and meaning? Probably when it's too late. Was that the best answer my question could have gotten?
Traveler, Paimon, are you two all right?
Oh, we're fine. We're just a little down right now. It kind of feels like the end is coming, you know?
Just the end of Fontaine, you know how it is.
I feel that same sense of desperation.
Yeah, it's like I did do his story quest, and he
I
does
guess
have
you
an
could
interesting
consider
fighting
me
style.
Someone who has often witnessed fate. So far as I have seen, it cannot be swayed.
It is nice to have cryo catalysts now.
Even so, I still hope for, and
And I do
believe
like that we have more of
miracles.
what Hazo was doing.
Astrology is eternal and rational, but fate may not be. It is cruel, but it can also be beautiful.
Yes, it's cruel, like when Pluto is in Gatorade
Perhaps
for the
that's
month.
what En was trying to tell you. Not to lose heart, and to believe that what you are seeing playing out before you is not yet set in stone. I did originally think of steering clear of all this, but I couldn't.
You got back
If this
after
is
a
all
while.
futile, I
Well,
still
that's
wish to
cool.
help everyone.
Congrats.
If we don't struggle to the last, then how can we face the end when it comes?
Huh. You do
Yeah, I know a lot of people took a break because they were feeling burnt out.
There I go.
But now
talking
there's new
about
content,
astrological
so
principles
hooray.
again. Sorry about that. the moment I start talking about work-related stuff. I need to get going.
Don't worry about it, Mona. And thank you.
It was worth trying to comfort you, even if only a little. I believe that you'll help those who are struggling in the same way I did. I suppose that might be why we always seem to meet by coincidence.
Yes, goodbye, Mona.
Paimon feels kind
Hope
of
to see you
moved by
again.
what Mona said, but
I hope you have
also
more
kinda
that
sad
gets paid.
too. Hey, Traveler. Paimon suddenly feels like going outside for a walk.
Feeling that way about everything? Well, you gotta ask yourself, what's your motivation? Sometimes you just need a little motivation to do things, you know? Sometimes it might be worth taking a break for a little bit if it's a little too overwhelming. Yes, petty kitty. Every follow gets free cat pet. It's okay to take a break from something for a while. It's like, I know with Genshin, with like the resin system and everything, you might get that feeling of FOMO, but don't let it pressure you. And thank you for the follow, Domo.
Our names are written in this newspaper. What's going on?
Oh, we're famous? We got our names in the paper? Oh my god.
The underwater stronghold, the fortress of
Just got back to playing it from a burnout and catching up all the way back from around the Sumeru. Oh wow. Yeah, that was quite a while back. It's like the desert in Sumeru was pretty bad. Like the forest was fantastic, a 10 out of 10. But the desert, ooh. I'm glad they put in an underground map for that. You needed it. I don't know how I 100%ed the desert. I don't know how I did that.
Legends trailing in their wake. It is said that this mysterious traveler once visited the underwater fortress. So while the fortress's interior remains a mystery behind closed doors, do not fear, for the tales of the traveler contain surprises in spades.
So they're relying on us to solve everything? Is that what's going on?
The Traveler's Trail, World Walker.
Like, Charlotte, I appreciate the support, but don't put us on such a high pedestal. It's like, we're trying to solve this, but please, don't tell everyone.
We're easier to find. She's using us as the subject matter instead?
That sure seems to be the case. I don't think I've done the chasm stuff with Dane yet. Oh yeah, that's really important to do the chasm stuff. That's really important. Well, it's sorry to hear that you're not finding much to motivate yourself, but, you know, you could start small. Like I said, you could take a break, you can relax, you can regroup, and just reassess the situation and be like, what do I want to do, and how do I approach it? And you could take small steps to do it, and be rewarded from that. And that reward of accomplishment and getting things done, even if it's something small, can be very, very satisfying and rewarding, and that might motivate you a little bit, you know? Well, what do I know? I'm a fox with a mustache. Oh wait, my mustache got shaved off. No! Oh no, not spite. Don't be motivated by spite.
That's the limited edition, only 16 slices a day cake.
It's been sold out for the day?
It was so delicious the last time
I want
tried
cake.
It. Despite the tense situation we were in, let's give it another go. I'm sure it'll be great.
Can't let anyone get ahead of us.
One slice of cake, please. Someone showed up after all. Oh.
Of course he's the baby. The little muesli wants a piece of cake. Let him have the cake. He's so cute and she wanted with the cake.
Too? It seems Monsieur Nervalette was right. You really can eat.
You're still leeway. Oh boy. That's a long way to go. Good luck with that.
Really say something like that?
That's right. Even he has his own preferences when it comes to food. As for me, I love the cake and coffee here.
Yum.
Do you come here often?
Usually every day.
Every day?
Every day?
It's part of my daily schedule, apart from work. I shall have my cake and coffee.
I like your schedule.
Then what if someone told you
Well, it's probably a good thing you don't have any spite in you.
and you wouldn't get to eat cake here anymore?
That seems to be an issue with people. They get too angry about things these days.
But why would it?
Why be angry when you can have joy instead?
Paimon doesn't know either, but maybe the waters will rise tomorrow. You know, like in the prophecy.
Oh, the prophecy. To be honest, I haven't paid much attention to that. No. Still, even if there'd be no more cake tomorrow, that wouldn't keep me from having some today. No. It's the same for eating in general.
Yeah, they really do have their priorities straight. They're like, yeah, even if the world ends tomorrow, I'm having my cake today. See, they're motivated. They're like, I'm gonna have my cake today. Not tomorrow, today.
Don't be sad. Excuse me,
today.
could I have 2 more slices of cake to go? These 2 slices are for you. Sijuin
Aw,
said
they're
that
so
this kind
nice.
of
They're
expression
buying
you're
us
making is what
cake.
humans call
Aw,
being sad.
they're so nice.
Oh, you know Sijuin?
I sure do.
A little motivation if it taken longer at playing Genshin Impact, I'd be a lot farther. That's okay. Take it at your own pace. There's plenty of content. In a way, it's probably a good thing you don't rush it.
Humans are creatures that are saddened easily. Yes, and you can only lift their spirits by feeding them delicious food. So please try the
Based
cakes
indeed.
here. I've got something else to do, so I'll be going now. You two try to stay in a good mood after eating, all right? Bye.
Okay, thank you for your cake. You enjoy your cake? I just realized they're green, but they have blue wings? Or was that just the lighting? That might have been the lighting.
All right, let's dig in. Paimon's sure this cake will be delicious.
You sure glance with Paimon and scarf down the cake.
It's more delicious than last time. And the flavor gets even better with a sip of tea. It sure would be nice if we could come again tomorrow.
If
Sure would
only.
be nice if we could always eat delicious food here.
Actually, I don't think I've checked if there's any new recipes. Let me see. No new recipes. I bought the old ones already. Alright. We're checking. Yeah, it's like I have New Violette up to, C1, so it's like, yeah. Oh, thank you for the follow. Domo, welcome.
Let's go look for Charlotte and have a chat.
Charlie, you got some explaining to do.
Wow! If it isn't the Traveler and Paimon! Oh, have you seen the article I wrote about you?
Yes.
You just used us to make some quick mora.
It's like, at least give us a cut of the profit.
I heard that you were
Priorities.
back, so I sent you a letter to discuss just that. It appears you didn't receive it, though. If
She's like,
not,
yeah, I
well,
totally
said
sent you a letter.
for you. I've even
Like,
put the
Charlotte,
table with
please.
some food.
Really? Oh, you're the best.
Okay, she bought us food. Totally even now. Okay, never mind.
Ulterior motives. You'd be in trouble now, you know.
Oh, Paimon knows you're not like that.
Still, what brings you here all of a sudden? Were you looking for me?
When Mona mentioned you, we thought of coming to see you at work.
I see. It seems you've already bumped into Mona here in Fontaine. So she mentioned me? What did she say?
She said that you're a real daredevil of a journalist.
I say that's accurate.
In which case, can this daredevil...
It's like her hangout event will probably just be us taking pictures. Way usually plays going through the story as fast as possible. You complete some campaigns based in games like a few days. Oh, I see. You're the one that just presses X to go through the story, I guess.
Live photography. What I'd like to do is dive
Nothing wrong
deeper
with that. Play
and
however you
talk about
want.
the things you've seen and experienced.
You seriously want to interview me?
Yeah.
For your gazette?
Why not? If I say you're worth an interview, then you're worth it. But not right now, of course. I'll need a few days to prepare.
Okay, ma'am.
Oh, in that case, we'll just chat when you have the time then?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's a yes? Ooh, splendid! I'll tell the editor-in-chief immediately. I'll have to apply for lighting, a venue, some props, and whew, so much to get done now.
Yeah, as long as you have fun and yeah, that's the important part. Exactly. It's like in games, I do care a lot about characters and story, which is why it benefits me to stream something like this, because I can just react to it and beat up whatever I have to beat up. Because there was a dungeon earlier, so I did actually fight things.
Huh. That's the prophecy you're talking about, isn't it? I mean, I do hear about it often, but
I've never once thought that the day
And I'll
could be
give Genshin
tomorrow.
credit. They have gotten better at with the story and characters and everything. They just get a little too wordy sometimes.
Journalist first and foremost. That means I have a duty to be reporting from the scene.
It's like the writers were paid by the word.
Forsake my homeland that easily. From what I've seen, most people don't know what they'd do should the worst come to pass. In truth, it might be
Yeah, I
better
also
just to
like
behave
beating
like
things.
normal rather than working for such an end.
It's like same boat.
So in all likelihood, I'd probably still be prepping at the office for that interview of ours. I know what you're thinking. That sounds a bit sad, but I've always believed that it's best to do what you enjoy. Just think about it. If this nation really were to be suddenly destroyed tomorrow, but I still successfully finish an exclusive interview with a truly unique person, then the story I would wind up writing would truly be timeless. And then do you know what I'd do?
Like she'd win a Times Award for her best-selling article.
Copies out to the various nations as soon as possible. I'm not a dreamer.
Is
nor
time
am I
even
a
still a
workaholic,
thing?
but I
Or am
do
I just
love
showing my
my job,
age?
And I'd be proud of leaving such an article behind. I guess you could say that I was born to be a journalist. But anyway, that's my answer. And on that note, I'll get back to my preparations.
Like, thanks for expositioning your motivations for us so we can sympathize with you.
Envies her. Let's go and take a look
Love
at the
zombies, but it gets boring play alone for a while. Fair enough. Yeah, it's good to play with friends when you can. Paid by the word win surprise with the trending meme of Nuvolette talking about the Oratrice cockatrice thing. Oh.
It can be a pretty soothing combo, huh? Paimon's been thinking.
Yes, you've been thinking.
Fontaine, but all
With
of
those two
Teyvat
brain
would
cells
be
of yours,
destroyed
Paimon?
tomorrow. Where would we go and what would we do? No, Paimon should ask, if you could choose, what would you like to do?
If I could choose, huh? It's just like Charlotte said. Suddenly trying to consider what to do is pointless.
We've always been moving to the next destination, so we haven't spent much time.
I don't remember what it's called either.
We didn't have to either, with us always being on the road and whatnot.
Until the moment comes, I think I'll keep journeying on. I have to find my sister. That's literally the entire fucking point of the game. Yes, cherishing every single moment. I have to look upon this world.
Wait, isn't that what we've always been doing?
The banter goes back and forth between the two of you as time slips by. As night falls, you return to your accommodations and end the busy day. The next few days are just as calm. Charlotte comes to find you and conducts the interview with the Spinda de Rosla safe house at the Fleuve Cendre. Navia, having finished her business in Poisson, even drops by to take a photo with the two of you. All goes well. With your croissant. You still play on Xbox? Oh, okay.
Feels like you'll grow mold if you stay here long enough.
Well, you can always look into something like that in the future. If and when you can afford it.
But it's still better than the Fortress of Mirapede, that's for sure. It's not only damp there, but salty too.
It's like I was able to upgrade my Wi-Fi recently.
Ah, so the two of you are still here.
I guarantee Paimon is the main enemy of the game. Probably, yeah.
Oh, you're from the Palais Mermonia, aren't you?
She's probably a piece of Celestia or something. I don't know.
Yes, I'm Isadora. Monsieur Nervillat sent me to look for you two before. I heard that afterward you went to the Fortress of Meropide.
But for now, she's emergency food. So you are under the impression that we might be wanted criminals? Gee, I wonder what would make you think that.
I'm well aware that you're friends of his. Actually, I'm here to pass along a message from him.
Ah, see, forwarding, I gotcha. The economy do be rough right now. I understand. So did something happen, ma'am?
Inside the Opera House. The Maréchaussée Phantom has declared the incident a small...
Probably little Timmy. Yeah! That'll be the true final boss.
Well, that said, I don't personally think it was that serious. Lady Farina was watching a performance at the Opera House, and while she was resting during an intermission, some other audience members suddenly started harassing her. Loudly accusing her of doing nothing about the prophecy crisis.
Oh boy.
And before she could respond, others started to join in.
Oh no, the people are angry!
The crowd continued to grow, and protests against the Hydro Archon started to break out.
So people have started to put the blame on Farina. Guess they finally found an outlet for the pressure they've been under due to the prophecy.
I agree. People will naturally rely on gods. as is
Oh, I see. You're looking
customary.
for another job. Well,
But
good
the
luck with
moment
that.
people
Hopefully
feel
you find another
threatened,
one soon.
Gods are also the first to be blamed.
So what happened after that? Is Farina okay?
Seeing that the situation was spiraling out of control and that further argument was pointless, she claimed that she'd gotten tired of this and left in a hurry. The Marechaussee Phantom had their hands full maintaining order and did not catch where Lady Farina had gone. Only when things had
Yeah, you're welcome.
stabilized
Good
did
luck.
we realize that she had gone missing.
So, you mean she's still missing?
That's right. The Marechaussee has dispatched many people to search for her, but we don't have any leads yet.
Where'd she disappear to? Where'd the brat
There's
go?
much to worry about. She isn't God after all. Even if she were to fall into the hands of rioters, what could ordinary people do to her?
I understand the situation.
Good. Monsieur Nervillet sent me to tell you about the situation, but he didn't say anything else.
Don't worry, this is more than enough to go on. Thanks
Uh-oh.
for keeping us informed.
Am I dropping frames?
Ah, is that so? Well, all right then. In that case, you two take care. I'll be heading back to the Palais now.
Uh-oh. Hello?
Well, sounds like we should hurry over to Poisson then.
You sure are gone quickly?
Farina, she won't try to fix things in this.
Alright, looks like I'm good. It looked like I froze for a second there.
Look for a place to wait out the heat.
That could have been anything, although.
Also know, she may be loud and dramatic, but she doesn't have a heart of stone. When Nervillet was talking to her in the Palais Mermonia, and she heard about
Having
Poisson,
connection issues?
she couldn't
Yeah, I think
hide her
Twitch
sadness
died
and
for a second, because even I was like, Twitch, are you okay?
It would be hard for her to ignore being accused.
It was probably Twitch. I see a lot of people are streaming right now, so probably the servers are a bit busy. That's probably what it is. Hopefully got shit together.
Well, what do you think? Paimon knows the answer, of course, but Paimon can do the analysis to back it up too. Cool, huh?
I see becoming a detective's done you some good. You're reading those detective novels, have you? Them Sherlock Holmes. Oh wait, this is alternate universe, so Herlock Sholmes. Who was that seafoam green cat earlier? Oh yeah, that's a new race, the Melusines. Basically, Neuvillette basically adopted them by giving them jobs. But yeah, they're a whole new species. There's even a whole side quest explaining where they come from. Wait, do I have to go underground? I do have to go underground, don't I? Oops. Yeah, it's like I should have figured that out.
This place looks deserted.
But yeah, they're really cute. They're all women. They're a female exclusive species. And to avoid discrimination, Neuvillette basically made it clear that they have to be referred to she, her pronouns. To humanize them. Specifically.
That's Farina, right over there.
There she is, yeah.
Should I just give up? This is all meaningless. What was meant to happen.
Now she's crying too! Oh my god.
Everyone's dead.
Like, is everyone gonna start crying?
I'm so sorry.
Is this the crying arc? Oh no.
Give up, Farina. There's no point in holding out. I'm sorry, but what can I even do other than to repeat meaningless apologies over and over?
Farina!
Who's that?
It is us!
Don't worry, Farina, it's just us.
Ma'am, why do you cry?
So it is you, blonde traveler.
Ma'am,
from
do you have the
another land.
depressions?
Why, I almost thought you were summoned from that mob of my ignorant subjects. Come to kneel and beg for my forgiveness.
Ma'am, please drop the act.
You were crying just now, weren't you?
It's like, I actually felt something for you for a second there. Don't ruin it.
What do you mean, tear stains? Oh, I remember. The show at the Opera House earlier this morning was so moving. I'm still trying to process it.
Ma'am.
Who did that
Be honest with your
uncivilized rabble
feelings.
think they were? Disturbing my enjoyment of the arts. They
Be
even
honest
dared
with
to
your
tout their
feelings.
archon. I must teach them a lesson.
Or you're gonna have some bad
I can
dealings.
just imagine their twisted and frustrated faces once they realize that I'm nowhere to be found. Oh, and I'm sure Nouvellette and those people from the Marsh to say Phantom are freaking out right next to
A lot
them,
of people
too.
dig her. Belting out them tunes. Yeah, of course. It's like, stop trying to act tough. You're actually beyond devastated right now, aren't you? You were pretty fucking depressed a second ago. We saw you crying.
Of course not.
Hey, there she
Yes,
is. The
Betty
Hydro
Kitty.
Archon's over there.
Come on.
Quick, after her.
Farina, those people seem to be after you.
They are? They're just some rabid
Is Ira-
fans who want to cut the line because they haven't
probably
been
under the
able
bed.
to meet me in person, aren't they? That's against the rules. I can't let them get their way.
You're right. It has been a while. I am working on one. Don't worry. I am working on another cover. My goal is to have it out by December. Originally, I was going to do it back in September, but a lot of stuff got in the way. So I was like, alright, I'll push to December instead. So yeah. Is that all I want for Christmas? No. It's like Mariah Carey is already defrosted. It's over for us. It's Jover.
What is this place?
Hurry, they're almost here.
What?
Fine. I suppose haste is warranted. Lead the way.
She seemed very confused for a second there. Y'all notice that? Like, she didn't seem to know what was going on for a second there. Ma'am? Ma'am? Are you okay, ma'am? I mean, the answer is clearly no, but I have to ask. It's a rhetorical question. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Yeah.
I'm so tired. I totally thought they had caught me. No, I mean, I merely gave in to the sheer enthusiasm they displayed.
This place isn't not what I'd call soundproof. You might want to lower your voice a bit.
You're right.
Yeah, she's losing brain cells. Exactly, Keith.
What's happening? The ground's shaking. Is it an earthquake?
Another disaster just struck, I suspect.
A quake of this
It could be another A-Raiden thing. She is able to switch back and forth between two things. I forget the names of them. We'll see. We'll find out. Maybe she is crazy.
Nouvellette's made some emergency plans, so the evacuation should go a lot smoother this time.
Yeah, I hope you're right. But the people of Poisson, they've already...
You're gonna reach her limit? Now she's talking about her actual feelings. She's starting to look far less stiff. Like, not an annoying brat. Begin to talk amongst yourselves as she calms down.
It's true. I've been investigating the prophecy for hundreds of years. I once had informants all over Tevat, searching for clues and feeding information back to me. I've tried all kinds of ways, too, to hold back the sea.
Yeah, either an earthquake or a couple on their honeymoon. Probably an earthquake, but the other one? Woof.
But
If that were
all
true.
my efforts proved to be futile in the end. Really, the truth has been clear to me for a very long time. We cannot make an enemy of the divine. No matter what we do, the will of the heavenly principles will have its way, and the prophecy shall be fulfilled.
Even then, you still haven't given up, right?
Give up. I do love the sound of that phrase. It would mean finally coming to terms with fate, but also for me to finally be free.
Yeah, cross begs to differ. That would mean that all the hope would disappear.
Indeed.
You have to have
I thought
hope.
about giving up so many times, especially after we almost lost Poisson. Fate is really unreasonable, isn't it? It has no heart and obeys no rules. The prophecy has only just started to come true, and so many people have already lost their lives. But just now, it all became clear to me. I still don't have the right to come to terms with fate on behalf of everyone else, as long as the final moment hasn't come.
Yeah, I know. He has that God of War in him. Like, never played the games. I just know that he was like, I'm the God of War and killed all the gods.
Don't worry. I will keep hope alive for everyone until the very end. Well, that's enough for now. I got the impulse to play the stricken maiden, but honestly, considering my
I like how their faces were like, really? She's gonna go back to that. Like, who hasn't killed a blood relative or two? Yeah, right?
Seriously? How could I possibly let Fontaine fall to the whims of trivial prophecy?
Come on! Paimon could have sworn you were actually being honest just now.
Like, yeah. Running out of time. We can't just go back to square one like this. I have to get more information out of her. Irina, you might not have to shoulder this burden alone. Although I don't know why you might be keeping from everyone. Your people are more than willing to share your burden with you, considering they're all gonna die otherwise.
Share my burden? That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my duty alone.
But even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, you can still choose to confide in someone. Just share it with me. I'm what you'd call a witness.
Yes, I've heard that you came to Tevat from beyond the stars, yes. In other words, you never belonged here.
Correct, ma'am.
And if Tevat is, in its entirety, a show on a stage, then you're just a spectator, aren't you?
Also correct, because the universe was literally retconned, and we remembered it. That just proves we're just reading the story. We're just a spectator here. Spit it out, ma'am. Come on. You can do it. Ignore the earthquake. Or maybe not. Oh, shit. What the fuck? How do we get here? Or wait, shit! Fuck! That was the trap!
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes my opening performance.
Hot damn!
Now, without further
yeah, that was the greatest magic trick ever.
To the trial of our god.
Yeah, it's like the earth. That wasn't an earthquake we experienced earlier. That was the house we were hiding in being lifted up and carried into the court. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we do a little trolling around here.
However, that I am Focalor, the god of justice, the embodiment of justice itself. Does it not strike you as even the least bit absurd to bring the very concept of justice to trial?
Yeah, he'd probably give himself paper cuts. He probably has.
Your refusal to stand trial. In that case,
it's like, well, you know, when you're trying to practice for a show, that's why they wear gloves, so they don't get paper cuts.
You would draw your blade against a god?
How'd they get there? I'm pretty sure they just lifted up the house. Like, it wasn't a real house, it was a fake one.
It seems like you have made up your mind.
And they just lifted it up and brought her over here. Yeah, and I'll hydrate. Domo Rike, welcome. Why would you give him paper cuts? Why would you do that? That's not nice. They hurt.
What the heck is going on? Did I just see an Archon surrender to a human?
Wow, How utterly humiliating.
Lady Farina, what is the meaning of this?
It would seem
Wyatt
that
Peanut
there
Gallery.
has been a misunderstanding. To be clear, the raising of both
Oh, for
hands
pulling
is
the
not
stunt.
always
Okay,
an
yeah.
indication of surrender.
Looking for excuses again, huh?
I raised
Well, we were
my
all in
hands
on it,
just now
I think.
to indicate my acceptance of the trial. No duel shall be necessary. I will admit that I've been running away for a long time. I'm sorry, everyone. I was unable to protect the people of Poisson. It is my duty to stand trial for my crimes. You are not the only ones to be disappointed in me. I, too, am exceedingly disappointed in myself.
At least she's honest.
But now, it is time for the Hydro Archon to show you her courage and resolve.
Yeah, no duel street fight.
Farina, will use this trial to show the world the true meaning of justice.
Okay, ma'am, go
This
right ahead.
time, I will protect you.
You do that, ma'am. You do that.
Applaud and rejoice. One of the most outrageous and fantastical arcs known to the opera epiclese is now unfolding before your eyes.
Stop using words.
This shall be one of the most exhilarating and brilliant shows ever to grace the stage of Fontaine. The trial of the Hydro Archon, Focalor, will now begin!
Okay.
Now we're making history.
Like, well, before we start making this history, I don't know when I'll have a next chance to pause, so I'm just gonna pause here, because I have to use the potty. So I will be right back, y'all. Okay, I am back. Yeah, it's like, well, the Fatui did try to assassinate her before, but they decided not to because they were like, she doesn't act like an Archon, so they were like very sus.
Why does it
Because she was like, no, don't kill me, please!
Come on! Didn't she just get forced to stand trial for her crimes? Also, even though she's still acting super dramatic, she is taking this seriously this time, right?
We can only hope, Paimon.
All right, then.
We can
Who
only
will
hope!
be my opponent in this trial?
The court asks the prosecutor to please take the stand.
Thank you.
Is that so? Very well. Then please speak, witness of Tivat, my accuser and fated opponent.
We're so close to getting her to tell the truth. It still turned out like this in the end. It's okay though, as long as we can defeat Fiorina in court, we'll still have a chance to figure everything out. Hopefully.
Also, please allow me to ask, as a final question before the trial begins, just how much work did you do to force me onto this stage?
Quite a bit.
Well, we did do a lot of prep after the meeting that day.
I can go over the tasks assigned to the Spina di Rosula, since they were rather straightforward and easy.
Navia, the president of the Spina di Rosula.
Most of the people who participated in the disturbance this morning were my subordinates.
Ah, yeah, I figured they were all in on it.
Came to the Opera House as regular audience members, waiting for the perfect opportunity to incite insurrection against you. The people's resentment against their Archon has been building as more and more of the prophecy is fulfilled. A spark was all we needed to turn smoldering anger into a flame. Moreover, according to our understanding and analysis of you, when something like that occurred, you would likely flee the scene and head to Poisson by yourself. So, we arranged for a second group to lie in wait there.
So, you mean the ones who scoured the settlement for me were also from the Spina?
Yep.
And their goal was to force you to step into the giant magic box so you may personally participate in the greatest
The
magic
giant
performance
magic box.
in all
That's
of
great.
Fontanian history.
That's right. That house was a magic box rather than someone's residence.
As the super ultimate version of the setup that I used when I first performed at the Opera Epiclese, the volume of the box was increased by a whole order of magnitude, and the distance it traversed was the entire gap between Poisson and Areneas. Its cargo, of course, was an Archon instead of a human. My
It's like
thanks
apparently they were in there for quite a
Without
while
your
to be able to
help,
pull
we
that
could
off.
never have pulled off such an extraordinary performance.
Unless they had a really fast trolley.
Welcome.
Of course, this performance was only made possible with Father's support.
Or the
House
whole
of
ass
Hearth
Fatui.
spent a massive amount of labor in Mora to pull this off. We had to select a location, construct the giant magic box, dig a tunnel, and open up a path through the water. It was a lot of work for all of us.
Wow.
So, in other words, the earthquake that we felt within the giant magic box was just a normal tremor from the transportation of the whole house?
Yep.
That's right. It wasn't a sign of another disaster to come.
Sorry about that. We totally deceived you.
Then,
Just a prank, bro.
I guess
The camera's right
maybe
there.
Lauren's parts. You gathered a crowd, prepared a stage, and made sure that the champion duelist would be immediately ready.
Yeah,
for
that
the
does
fight.
explain her confusion earlier. That's probably what the confusion was then. She probably didn't recognize the house.
Also, that as soon as
That's
I
probably where the
appeared on
confusion came
stage,
from.
The trial may commence without a
She was like,
hitch.
wait a minute, I've never seen this house here before. Because they did say that she would regularly go down there, so if she's been spotted down there before, she probably knew the layout pretty well.
Yes, that is correct.
But we were able to trick her regardless.
Well, Clorand, I must commend you for your courage. Only the most outstanding champion duelist in all of Fontaine would accept a duel with an Archon without flinching.
Duel to the death.
Thank you.
As for you, traveler, I suppose your role was to keep me distracted with conversation once you found me in Poisson.
Yeah.
You'd make sure that I didn't notice anything amiss before revealing yourself as my prosecutor once we'd arrived onto the stage.
Well, actually,
Oh?
my mission was to give you one last chance. We hoped you'd share your secret with us before the magic box arrived onto the stage.
Is that so? Then I suppose I must have missed my final chance.
Yeah, if you had not been so theatrical and wasted time, you might have made
matters
it.
Not. What's done is done. The stage is already set, so there's no reason to disappoint the audience. Let's see this trial through to the very end.
The only thing we can do now is judge the Hydro Archon. Still, I can't help but be a little bothered by that conversation earlier. What did Fiorina want to say to me right before we arrived on the stage?
So, prosecutor, please allow me to pass this along. This is a document that Miss Charlotte applied for and received permission to share with you during the trial.
according to her, it should speed up the proceedings.
Oh, well.
Charlotte wanted to give us something? Oh, so she's here too! Hey, Charlotte!
Hello!
Oh, let Paimon see. Isn't this the exclusive interview that she did with us before? So she's already finished it, huh? Wait, then that means this document is a perfect timeline of everything that's happened ever since we stepped foot in Fontaine!
She has it all written down and documented, smart girl.
Evidence every time we want to use something.
You always get everything in writing. It's a super practical gift. I never would have thought of using it this way.
Let's quickly confirm the information in it. Just think of it as a refresher, alright?
I guess I'm gonna be quizzed.
You defeated the Hydro Archon in the very first duels. I didn't think that you'd wind up getting to the bottom of the case. I bet this is the first time Monsieur Nervillette had a difference of opinion with the Oratrice. Even
Oh yeah, the
Hydro Archon
Oratrice.
can't figure it out. A Fatui Harbinger. She's an extraordinary person. Her instinct must mean something.
Yeah, it's like we solved the case with the disappearing
was
people.
almost
And
destroyed in a
yeah,
single day. That
been
I
here,
didn't
been there,
witness
done
scene.
that.
According to Monsieur Nervillette, both Child and that whale should have. I nearly lost my awesome friend Navia. The words of someone as extraordinary as a witch can probably only be truly understood when something surreal happens to you.
Okay, got it. Like, we been due.
The prosecution and the defense are both in position. The trial shall now begin.
Trial of the Dragon.
Come on, Nervillette. There's no need to repeat all the unimportant legalese. Just fast forward to the part where the prosecution lays out my offenses. As the defendant and the lead actress of this performance, I still haven't even been informed of my supposed guilt in all of this.
It's like she wants to lose, which is probably her plan.
It's natural for humans to struggle to understand the actions of a god. However, you will need more than that to convict me of a crime.
That's true. But my charge here is unrelated
Oh my God, we're
to your
talking!
conduct as an Archon. Instead, I would like to charge you as a fraud who's never been the Archon in the first place.
Oh shit!
Wait, what was that? Lady Farina's a fraud?
Hey, I came here thinking that we were going to try the Hydro Archon for forsaking her duty, but did I hear that right? She's not our Archon at all?
That's a bold accusation.
Lady Farina, do you plead guilty to the charge?
She
Lady
hesitates. She hesitates.
I plead not guilty. How can I be guilty? There is no way that I, Focalor, otherwise known as Farina de Fontaine, a member of the Seven and the Regina of all waters, kindreds, peoples, and laws of Fontaine, could be anything other than your true Archon.
Yeah.
That was an interesting cut
Even
there.
though Lady Farina can be rather eccentric, isn't it going too far to doubt her very identity?
No.
Yeah, I've never questioned her identity either. Sure, Lady
Like,
Farina
considering
can
even
be
the
super
Fatui were like,
irresponsible,
she's probably not an
but
Archon,
what grounds does that
and they know
prosecutor
all
have to
about
make
Archons.
such a huge claim?
I mean, it's pretty
I have
valid.
cause to believe that common sense will prevail in this case. Many of the members of the audience have known me as the Hydro Archon ever since they were born. There would be no fooling their memory. See? Even the Oratrice has decided to show me its favor. Are you sure you want to
We don't even
commit
know
to a charge
what
that
even the
will never
Oratrice
be
is.
upheld? If you wish to drop the case, I can promise you as the god of justice that you will not have to face trial for making a false accusation. We will treat everything that's happened as a dramatic spectacle and move on with our lives. What do you say to that?
Okay.
Near impossible odds, huh? We have to not only refute Farina's claims, but also overturn the long-held beliefs of the people.
The people only see us as their Archon because that's their long-held belief.
Well, I tried to give you the chance to surrender. If you must persist, then let me ask. If you believe I'm not the Archon, then what manner of being do you think I am? And
That
if
is a good
I
question.
was not the Archon, then how did I manage to live for over 500 years?
Also a very good question. I've got to think carefully. What do you know to be special about Furina exactly? She had probed if you believes it's possible. This one?
First of all,
Yep.
you may be a member of another long-lived race, which would allow you to naturally possess an extended lifespan. And second of all, even if that wasn't the case, there could be other ways to extend your life.
Such as Icarus!
Who gave you that idea? Was it the knave? You'd sink so low as to use a harbinger's words against me.
It doesn't matter who gave us the information. What matters is the veracity of the claim.
A curse? I once thought it possible that the aura of an Archon might naturally resemble a type of curse. But in light of this claim, perhaps what I sensed was not your divinity, but a curse after all.
That's a little scary.
Too, huh, Neverlet?
It's like, oh yeah, the aura of a curse being just as strong as the aura of a god. So Furina, instead of being an Archon, could you just be a cursed human?
Lady Furina is actually a human?
Well, it is true that it's extremely difficult to tell humans and gods apart just by looking at them.
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
not impossible.
What is the difference between a human and a god? Really now?
Well, don't start celebrating too early now. Even if I have been carrying a curse like you said, how does that prove that I am merely a human being? Besides, everyone knows that the main difference between a human and a god is the possession of authority. Gods can do what humans cannot. That's why they're worshipped as gods.
Dramatic zoom.
For centuries, manifestations of my authority have served the nation of Fontaine. One need only to turn their eyes towards the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal in this very opera house, or consider the
big
endemonium
words
that is used in every aspect of life.
Wait, that one trial proved the opposite. Furina actually had no control over the Oratrice at all. Yeah, cause you're saying irrelevant, so I can't pick that one.
That doesn't sound right.
Okay, not that one.
You tried to reference the Oratrice, but weren't you as confused as all the rest of us when the Oratrice declared Child to be guilty without any proof?
Yeah, we never answered what the hell happened with that. Why was Child declared guilty? I mean, he committed a lot of war crimes, but not that specific crime.
The decisions of the gods are naturally difficult for humans to comprehend. There is no need to provide an explanation.
Lady Furina, I believe a reminder of your current circumstances is in order. While the court is in session, the principles of justice and the law must come before all else. While you are an Archon, you are also first and foremost the defendant in this trial. You will prove yourself unable to defend against the prosecution's charges if you continue to withhold vital information against the rules of the court.
I never thought you'd use that kind of rhetoric against me.
That
Ma'am,
was
he
no
is the
trick of
law.
rhetoric, Lady Furina. I've merely reiterated the rules of the court. Rules that all should respect and follow.
So, you neither knew why Child was declared guilty, nor did you understand the structure and operations of the Oratrice. Instead of having been created by you, the manifestations of authority you mentioned have been made by the real Hydro Archon, haven't they?
Have
The
they?
real Hydro Archon. Well, now you're really losing me. It is true that I did not know why the Oratrice gave out a guilty verdict that day, but the Oratrice handed out that verdict unilaterally, and it has been operating independently ever since it was first created. You can't argue that just because a divine creation is flawed, that the god behind it must also be no god at all.
She's still throwing out all kinds of excuses. Seems like she's confident that we won't be able to produce proof that she has no power over the Oratrice.
Sure, we could put the Oratrice aside for now. But then, Miss Furina, could you give us a brief demonstration of your power as an Archon?
My power as an Archon. There are are many ordinary citizens in the audience. How can I just carelessly demonstrate the formidable power of an Archon?
Just
If
do a
that
little
poses
magic
a
trick.
concern, I'm prepared to extend my protection to the audience.
You don't need to go that far.
A brief demonstration of your power over Hydro should be quite harmless. Surely an Archon can be at least match the capacities of a human with a vision.
Aren't you the Hydro Archon? Or is it that you can't even wield the power of Hydro, much less the authority of a god?
Indemnitium! Yes! It's all because of Indemnitium! All Archons
Indemnitium.
derive their power from the faith of the people, and I've converted the people's faith in justice into Indemnitium. Thus did I give up all of my divine power to provide everyone with energy.
Why the fuck you lying? Oh my god. Stop fucking lying!
Yeah. No matter how generous an Archon can be, how could they give up all their power? Can a god with no power even still be called a god?
Yeah, no one bought that.
Farina's excuse.
No one bought that.
Now, everyone, please don't stare at me as if I was a liar. I'm still the same Farina you knew, right? The one that you loved. Shouldn't you want to believe in me?
No.
Please? You've got to believe me.
No.
If what the prosecutor said is true, she really has committed a grave offense.
Yeah, it is going downhill really quick. It's like nobody is believing anything she has to say.
All of our ancestors, ever since they were born?
Enough. That's enough. Tell me then, if I'm not the real Hydro Archon, then who is? If you have no evidence of another Hydro Archon's existence, nor can you find anyone who can back up their claim to be such, then
What she gets for having a name that sounds like of off-brand pet food. Yeah, like Purina.
Wow, she came up with yet another argument. How can we refute her now? Seems like she really doesn't want to give up.
Can't prove that she isn't the Archon. We can try to prove that she's just a human. And if she's only human... That one, maybe?
That doesn't...
Okay, how about being in the seawater? Probably not. Okay, then it's this one. Process of elimination. Whatever.
It has been established that all Fontanians can dissolve in water from the primordial sea.
Since you insist on claiming to be a god and not a human, then there's a method that you can use right here and now to eliminate all suspicions of you being the latter.
Yeah, actually.
Please apply to serve as a temporary attorney for the prosecution before addressing the court. Though you act in partnership with the prosecutor, you must still adhere to proper procedure.
Super sorry, Monsieur Chief Justice.
Super
I
sorry.
swear this really will be the last time that I'll speak out of turn. Now, I've brought some seawater from Poisson. As everyone knows, a massive flood struck the area not long ago, taking many lives, including those of some of my closest friends.
Yes,
So,
it's very sad.
Miss Farina, would you dare to touch some of this seawater?
Ooh.
To believe that you are indeed the real Hydro Archon. Touching
This is literally a witch trial now. Like, oh yeah, if she dies, she's a witch. If she lives, she's a witch.
Oh, and I must remind you that after the disaster at Poisson, nobody wants to see any more people dissolve. I do hope you'll act prudently and choose the simpler path of admitting guilt.
Navia from the Spina di Rasula. The Spina has governed Poisson for many years. I guess her suggestion is valid.
If Lady Farina is indeed just a human, she's probably Fontanian like all the rest of us. Would she really dare to try?
Let's see what she does. Furina?
Lady Farina, this test has been unilaterally proposed by the prosecution. As it falls outside the realm of standard court proceedings, you possess the right to decline participation.
That's nice to offer, but...
Well, of course he had to tell her that. but refusing to participate is
Yeah, it's like
basically
he
the
kind of
same as a
had
confession
to.
of guilt.
Yeah, she's kind of fucked.
She's just staring at the water without saying a single word. It really does seem like she's quite terrified of it.
What's going on? Is she really planning to... That's not what we thought she would...
Due to the inherent risk of the test, Lady Farina.
Ah! She dunked her hand in! She actually did it!
I'm fine! Look at me, everyone! My hand is still here! I haven't been dissolved!
Okay,
Will
well.
you believe me now? I really am your Archon!
Well, why were you scared
Like
shitless?
a normal human who would fall apart as soon as they touch this water! Really? Was this not the most obvious thing in the world?
Miss Siegeween? If you are present, Miss Siegeween, please come forward and attend to the defendant.
Siege, Win, don't be nervous. It'll just take a few seconds. Let me see. That should be enough.
Please announce the results of your evaluation to the court, Miss Siegeween.
Yeah, take the glove off.
As everyone doubtlessly saw, Miss Farina was displaying symptoms of hyperventilation and flushed skin. She was experiencing the adverse effects of exposure to primordial seawater. The extent to which she was affected is the same as other humans when exposed to primordial seawater of a similar concentration.
Oh,
Thank
right.
you, Miss Siegeween. Lady Farina, you may return to the defendant
Because
stand.
they can actually take small amounts of it with only mild side effects. Yeah, they got her.
What did she just say? I didn't get dissolved! Shouldn't that be enough to prove my...
Yeah, like some people would get in like their drinks and it would make them sick. So is that similar?
Considering your tendency to run from your problems, we did originally prepare a direct sample of the seawater around Poisson. However, after extensive discussion, we exchanged it for a sample that is not concentrated enough to dissolve an actual human.
Yep,
After all,
they diluted
on
it.
the off chance that
They
something
got her.
entirely unexpected might occur, we don't want anyone else to lose their life to the sea.
She only experienced the mild side effects, but the fact that she hadn't affected all proves it.
Secured a low concentration sample and asked the head nurse to serve as an expert with. It's a great thing that the direct sample wasn't actually used. Farina could have.
I can't believe you.
Yeah, it's like, ladies and gentlemen, we got her. Woo! But what's really going on here? Farina can't have not known the consequences of touching that water as a human. This is too unlike how she usually acts, unless it's actually important for her to keep up her facade than to save her own life? But hasn't she given up on everything a long time ago?
Listen to me, everyone. Please don't give me such cold and disdainful looks. What happened just now didn't prove a single thing. Think about it. How can you conclusively prove that an Archon can't also be affected by...
Yeah, we don't know if she's really Farina. We don't know. Who are you?
Also, if I was really just a human, why would I dare to just put my hand in that kind of water?
They ain't buying it. They ain't buying what you're selling, ma'am.
Anyone, just listen to me. I swear, I really am your Archon.
None of them believe you. You lost. You believe her? Well, that's nice.
Anything she says at this point will sway anyone. The odds are just too.
It's like, I'm sure she says the things for reasons, but unfortunately she refuses to tell the truth. And the one chance she had, she lost.
I believe the time for arguments and presentation of evidence has come to an end. If there are no objections, we will move on to the final judgment.
Oh dear.
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway anyone. She's too stacked against her now.
Something bad's about to happen. I think she's about to go psycho mode.
In my capacity as Chief Justice, I shall now render judgment on Farina's misrepresentation of herself as the
Yeah,
Archon
either
of
she's a
Fontaine.
vessel like Raiden, or
As a
she really
human,
is the Archon and lost her
knowingly
power.
deceived
It
her
really
fellow
could be one or
citizens.
the other. It
Farina
really
is
could.
Guilty.
Damn. Because if she does have a curse, that could be the curse that she doesn't have her powers anymore.
We shall now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges.
Look like Honkai Star Rail with that thing.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Farina is...
Well, what's wrong? What's the Oratrice's verdict?
It can't be. Did the Oratrice just declare her innocent?
No. The Oratrice also displays a guilty verdict.
Okay.
Isn't that correct then?
However, the exact wording of the verdict is thus. The Hydro Archon, guilty.
Oh shit!
To be punished via the death sentence.
Double shit!
The death sentence?
That's actually one of the available sentences? I've always thought that it was just a myth.
Yeah, she's getting the death penalty. Oh no!
The death sentence
That's
has been
bad!
handed out at
That's
the
real
court.
bad! We didn't want
It's
this!
been given to the very person we've worshipped as the god of justice? What an unexpected twist.
Farina's been sentenced to death by the Oratrice? We just wanted to use the trial to show her the seriousness of things so she'd tell us the truth. How did things escalate this quickly?
This outcome is indeed quite strange. According to Fontaine's current definitions of justice, as well as its recommendations for criminal sentences, is this sentence really appropriate for the crimes that have been committed?
Yeah! Even Vache wasn't sentenced to death by the Oratrice. You know, the real evil mastermind behind the serial disappearances case.
What's more strange is, instead of Farina, the Oratrice rendered judgment on the Hydro Archon.
Indeed.
Yeah, we should have been
Not only
prepared
is
for the
Farina's
unforeseen
sentence
consequences.
overly
How could we have seen this
The point of
coming?
our trial today was also to prove that Farina has never been the Hydro Archon in the first place. But now, the Oratrice seems to have deliberately invoked the title of the Hydro Archon. What does this mean?
Yeah, what does it mean? We need answers. If only Oratrice could talk.
Excuse me, if I may interrupt. Is
Yes?
the trial still going?
Yeah, Oratrice is actually a creation from Celestia or the Abyss. Maybe. We'll find out.
Fremine, you finally made it. I assume this means you've completed your mission?
Mm-hmm. Any mission Father assigns to me will always be top priority.
He's a good boy. Zamel from the other two, Fremine brings a stone slate on the stage.
That the first prophecy slate?
Oh!
Huh. So the knave privately arranged for Fremine to try and find the missing slate.
Well, there we
I
go.
looked everywhere and finally found it at the bottom of the sea. It took me a long time to get around some dangerous stretches of water. But has the trial already concluded? Then doesn't that mean I've come too late? Oh no. Father will be disappointed in me.
Don't worry, the mystery hasn't been resolved yet. It's still not too late for you to shine.
Thank you for your hard work, Mr. Fremine. Please allow me to review the record left on the slate.
What does it
Fremine,
say?
I believe that you have already seen the other existing slates, and would like you to come here and confirm their contents.
Let's see what's on it. What do it be?
So what do you see? What is it?
This looks like the previous Hydro Archon releasing her divine power, turning the Oceanids into human beings. So it was both.
I believe I've now
The
made
answer
sense
was
of the Hydro
both.
Archon's
The
crime.
chicken and the egg happened
Has
at
to
the
do with
same
Fontaine's
time,
lost
or rather,
history.
the egg became the chicken, and then the chicken turned back into an egg. If we're using that metaphor.
Isn't the Hydro Archon just guilty of deceiving her people? Oh, wait, no, that's Farina, and we've already proven that she's not the Hydro Archon. So when you say Hydro Archon, Do you mean the real Hydro Archon we've been kind of talking about?
In truth, everything that you've encountered in Fontaine up until this point can be traced back to the contents of these stone slates. However, I'm uncertain as to how much sense they currently make to you.
An association between the contents of the slates and events in real life.
Okay, let's try to recall the contents of the other 3 stone slates.
Yeah, let's try and figure this shit out. Check the descriptions, key information. Provide scenarios related in your notebook. As the verification continues, the bound water level in the menu will rise. When you finish verifying all the stone slates, the truth behind the prophecy shall be revealed. Okay, so it's a puzzle. Got it.
The first stone slate describes what you just said. It seems to show the previous Hydro Archon using her divine power, and then the Oceanids turn into humans.
Okay.
Does that mean that Fontainians are transformed Oceanids? Oh, Paimon wasn't expecting that. But if Oceanids can turn into humans, then perhaps this process can be reversed as well.
We would save a lot of people if that was true. Like, a lot of people.
Floating in the sky,
Probably thousands.
Hydro Archon and people worshipping it together still brought judgment down upon them. This must be the point when the Hydro Archon and the Fontainians...
Oh, Domo etymology. Thanks for the whole year. Wowee. How you doing?
The original sin and the Hydro Archon sin are the same thing? The third slate shows the Hydro Archon seeking into the sea, surrounded by many people.
Like, we're trying to figure out a prophecy. How you doing?
Didn't we also watch that happen to someone else? Well, the fourth slate is the prophecy the Fontainians have been talking about.
Are you good? How are you? We're doing good, thank you.
The Hydro Archon crying on her throne and so on. We didn't believe that such a crazy disaster could happen at first, did we? But after that incident, it was just a question of when and...
Alright, I gotta piece this shit together. Seems to show the former Hydro Archon using divine power to turn people.
That doesn't sound quite right.
But she was there. Okay, so was that one?
From the case of the serial disappearances of young women that Fontainians can be dissolved in primordial seawater.
Right, we knew that one already.
This might be the reason that Fontainians can dissolve.
Alright, so... With this one shows Celestia floating in the sky and her people worship together, but the heavens still brought judgment upon them. So... It's that one.
What is about to take place has all happened. The true sin of the Hydro Archon that Nervalette mentioned, and the original sin cast down on the people of Fontaine by Celestia, has recorded on the stones.
Okay. And then sinking in the sea surrounded by people.
It's not as simple as falling into the sea. When Navia fell into the sea, her consciousness was subjected to judgment.
Yeah, she almost became assimilated. But she was able to snap out of it and her friends were able to help her out.
Could that be alluding to the same thing?
Dissolve into the sea, so...
That doesn't sound quite...
I'm not sure what... Okay, that one.
The prophecy from the stone slates found its way into society. But not
okay,
many
I'll
people
stretch.
believed it at first. The fortress of Meropide was nearly flooded with primordial seawater,
Kitty's here.
which we know can cause Fontainians to dissolve.
Meow meow.
It seems increasingly
want
likely
pet?
that the
She
prophecy
give you
may
pet.
come true. If we hadn't dealt with it in time, things could have gone very badly.
You're going in my lap, Kitty. What do you want, Kitty? Yes, Taffy. A wild Taffy's appeared.
The primordial sea, but won't cease to exist. Their essence will flow in the seawater.
You wanna go my lap, Kitty?
The Hydro Archon was sentenced to death in court, shocking everyone present. Perhaps this means that her sin was actually Fontaine's original sin. Navia fell into the water inside those ruins, and she nearly dissolved.
Well, is that the thing? Did Celestia give her the curse? Is that what happened?
And was forced to take part in a trial meant to make her
What, Kitty?
stay.
I got you. Mwah. Kissy kitty.
The eruption of the primordial sea at the fortress of
Okay.
Marikit was the surest sign that the prophecy was about to come to pass no matter what. The prophecy's contents can all be verified by recent events. If we combine what we know together, loads of truths should come to light.
Hopefully. That might be it. She could have gotten cursed for her original sin. Wouldn't that make sense?
Huh? Oh, Paimon gets it now. So that's how you can make sense of it. But then it feels like we're going to have to share some truly shocking
It's like, yeah, congratulations, Fontanians. You were never human. You were racist for no reason. Yeah, it has to be a curse for her original sin. That has to be it. Yeah, the first slate reveals that Fontanians are not real humans. They're actually Oceanids.
We're not real humans.
All Fontanians were originally created by the late previous Hydro Archon, with Oceanids as their basis. The evidence for that can be found in how only Fontanians could dissolve in primordial seawater, and how all the girls Vache dissolved were also turned into Oceanids.
They're water people, yep.
Oh, and according to Navia, when she was about to get dissolved, she also saw everyone gathered around for a trial. All of them in the shape of Oceanids.
Indeed.
The second slate reveals that the crime of the Hydro Archon was her creation of Fontanians from Oceanids. So basically, the Hydro Archon playing God is what caused her to be punished.
By creating humans without prior permission.
Dang! Yeah, my Hydro homies. They're extra moist.
To be guilty. It's to account for that ancient sin.
The Hydro Archon's true sin was creating us?
And yet, after many hundreds of years, the Hydro Archon's creations have turned around to try to judge the Archon within the Opera Epiclese. The twists of history are often the most unexpected of all.
As for the third slate, I'm still convinced that it should come after the fourth slate.
Yeah. Isn't the image here just like when Navia fell into the sea? So wouldn't it be trying to show the image of the Hydro Archon also falling into the sea once the prophecy has been fulfilled in the fourth slate?
The fourth slate depicts the fulfillment of the prophecy as it's already widely known.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away. Did Paimon get all that right?
Yeah, actually.
You've made some keen deductions. I must say, given how much you still don't know, it is impressive that you've already managed to connect so many pieces of the truth. However, while you were able to decode all the information on the slates, they've also been etched with an additional layer of hidden information using a different power source.
Well, please share with the class.
When we were at the ruins, I tried to decipher the hidden information recorded in the slates. But since we only had 3 slates at the time, I was unable to come to a full conclusion. Now that the slate collection is complete, I shall make another attempt to decipher the narrative recorded within. If everything goes well, we should finally be informed of the unadulterated truth.
Give us the truth! We can handle the truth!
Well?
I believe I should share this truth not only with you, but with all the people of Fontaine as well. I will try to briefly summarize it for you. Your hypotheses regarding the origin of Fontanians and the sin of the Hydro Archon were both correct.
Wow,
In
alright.
the Fontaine of Gold,
They can confirm,
previous
verified
Hydro
source.
Archon sensed the yearning of her Oceanid familiars for life on land. The Oceanids were enamored with the beauty and romanticism of human beings, and wishing to have those experiences for themselves, expressed to the Hydro Archon their desire to become of a similar kind.
Does this mean the French are actually fish people?
However, even though the element is intricately linked with the power of life, the Hydro Archon, as one of the 7, did not possess the authority to create a new form of human life, not one to give in, She eventually found a way to create permanent humanoid bodies for her familiars by appropriating the power of this planet's primordial sea. She poured primordial seawater into the Oceanids' blood vessels, creating humanoid mimics in the process.
Wow.
But if Fontanians were to ever come into direct contact with water from the primordial sea, the power within their bodies would escape these artificial restraints and return to the sea. As a result, their forms would collapse, and they would be reverted to their original forms as Oceanids.
Huh. I guess that explains
Of course,
it all.
The Hydro Archon never received permission from the heavenly principles to create a new human race, and thus, the Hydro Archon.
Yeah, the French Big
and
Fish
all of her
people was not on my
creations
bingo
came
card
before
today.
the original
Mine
sin,
neither.
Appropriating the power of the primordial sea. That is the true history of how the people of Fontaine first came into being.
Yeah, so that's how you all sinned, was wanting to become human.
We were all Oceanids before we turned
It's
into
like, wow, the
human
fish
beings?
gotta evolve into humans. It's not worth it. You gotta pay taxes and
Way too
shit.
much
It
information
sucks.
for me. I think I'm just going to pretend that I never heard a single thing.
Too late now.
But if it's the truth, we can't let the Hydro Archon be sentenced to death. After all, her only sin was creating us.
This really might be
Are they frogs? Well,
information for your regular Fontanian.
same thing.
The hypothesis regarding the third and fourth stone slates was inaccurate. The slates' respective positions are, in fact, correct.
So they are in the right order. So what is the third slate supposed to represent then?
A key point of the visual on the third slate is how all the individuals depicted in the water are humans rather than Oceanids. They have not been dissolved, which implies that the water depicted in this slate is not water from the primordial sea. The nation of Fontaine is the nation of Hydro, as well as the nation of trials and justice. Instead of being the literal element, the water in the scene symbolizes judgment and justice.
Oh!
You may also recall Navia's experience. When she fell into the sea, her consciousness was surrounded by that of many others who intended to hold a trial to determine her fate. Therefore, the meaning of the third slate that the people of Fontaine shall try the Hydro Archon at the court of justice.
Well, we tried to avoid a prophecy and we literally fell ass backwards into it. Go us!
Yes, it refers to our present situation.
It's like, congratulations! You fulfilled the prophecy! Everyone's gonna die! Yay!
Trial to avoid fulfilling the prophecy. In truth, everything we've done has happened exactly as the prophecy foretold. So now, it seems, we're the ones making sure it comes true.
Oops.
What should we do?
I don't know, it feels like there's no way out of this.
No matter what, the prophecy will be fulfilled. Is this what it feels like to be a prisoner of fate?
If that's the case, does that mean the scene in the fourth slate will also be fulfilled soon?
Yep.
Traveler, I would like to point out another small fallacy in your deductions. About the fourth slate, you probably thought that the eruption of primordial seawater beneath the fortress of Meripede served as the surest sign.
Yeah,
that
it's
the
like, fuck it,
prophecy
we
was about to
ball.
come to- However,
Exactly.
I believe that rather than being a sure sign, that eruption could in fact only be a small warning of something far worse to come.
Great.
As for the root cause of the catastrophe, I believe you've already encountered it once before.
I have? What was it? What is the ultimate source of the
This
catastrophe?
eruption was just a small warning of the things to come. We must find the root cause of the disaster.
What? Okay. I don't know.
That doesn't sound quite right. Let's think about...
It was both dream and reality.
Yeah, the whale's gonna come, isn't it?
If we're talking about a true culprit, that could only be that thing inside the primordial sea, right?
Oh shit, the whale's gonna come.
The truth, the original sin, the trial, and the root cause of the disaster.
Like, I'm looking behind because I see the kitty making noise. Alright, yep, it's time. Yep. Look at the moment we realize this is when everything gets fucked. Of course. No Violet! I don't know if I'm prepared for this fight. Hello? Oh gosh. Oh no! Child! Hey, Lamel! Yeah, fuck him up! Nice teamwork. You okay there, child? Yeah, it's like, let's go! Oh shit, come back! Fuck! We still have your vision! Get back here! God damn.
That was way too close! How did that thing just burst into the opera house? Wait, was that the huge whale you saw in your dream?
That's right, I'd wager it was also the one that child saw when he was young.
So we've met it at last. I understand very well why it has chosen to make an appearance here. That whale does not belong to Tevat. It is a monster that has traversed the stars, weeping all the while.
Of course, the giant space whale was the true villain all along.
It has been greedily consuming the energy from the planet's primordial sea, using it to grow. That is the main cause for the rising sea levels. And once it has finished consuming all of the energy contained within the sea, its next step will be...
You said that when the Hydro Archon first created Fontanians out of Oceanids, she filled their blood.
I almost thought it was like his whaley summons was like, oh good, child's trying to destroy another city. No, he based the whale and his powers based off that whale.
That whale finds the blood of Fontanians nigh impossible to resist.
No, I think it's like the Fatui. I don't know what they're doing.
Decided to make its
I don't know
next
what they're
stop
doing
a
at all.
packed opera house full of food. Food in the form of Fontanians.
We just barely managed to push it back, right? In that case, won't it come back to target the people again once it's managed to recover its strength?
That is correct. Indeed, it is more accurate to say that we should thank that Harbinger for buying us some time. Without him, the whale would have likely come onto land far from the way he looked. He must have been fighting the creature for quite a long time.
Yeah, that's a problem because his delusion, kind of shortens his life.
That battle maniac. We've always known that he had a special connection with that whale, but we definitely didn't expect it to help us out like this. Anyway, now that we know that this whale is the actual cause of the disaster recorded in the prophecy, all we need to do to stop the prophecy would be to find a way to beat it up, right?
Good thinking, Paimon. Let's beat the shit out of that whale.
Too late.
Go me, Ishmael! What do you mean?
It had already absorbed too much of the primordial sea's energy before we could notice it. At this point, it has become practically integrated with the sea itself. Even if the entirety of Tevat were to be
I don't think they'll
destroyed,
kill him off.
it could still survive.
They could fuck him
and
up.
Swim off
Well,
towards
probably
some
not.
other world.
That's not something I will accept. We've already done everything we can, and we even found the true culprit. We've come so far. You can't just tell me that the last hurdle is some impossible foe. That's just not fair.
Indeed. That's not how a grand performance should end.
I'll fight it to the end.
So the prophecy will be fulfilled no matter what, huh?
We'll figure it out.
The prophecy. Yes, what has been prophesied will be fulfilled. You may view such things as the history of the future.
After everything, it still turned out like this. We couldn't fight against fate. Wait, but if this is all about fate...
Just as prophecies are usually only the future...
Yeah, she'll probably have a
seen from
grand
the
plan.
perspectives of the gods. Could things be happening in hidden corners where the gods' gaze does not fall? Ultimately, fate shall serve as your only guide, no matter what will happen in Tevat's future. All you need to do is to play your part.
Oh, really? Could it be that even if the prophecy will be fulfilled, there'll still be a way to save everyone? Did I miss something? I guess so. Wait, I forgot about Fiorina. What was it she wanted to say to me at the last moment in the giant magic box? What was her real secret? You know, the one she refuses to tell us? Hello?
What's happening with the aura trees?
I believe it is preparing to carry out the death sentence.
Oh no! Fiorina!
No, I still need answers.
Yeah, exactly. Go get her. Oh. What? Hello? What's going on? Hello? Who? What? Where?
You.
Ooh!
Sorry. That shocked expression on your face is just too
I like how it just says, Fiorina.
I couldn't help myself.
You are not Fiorina. Who are you?
Ah, the sweet sound of bewilderment. Marvelous. A sure sign that my attempt to deceive everyone was a resounding success. But to answer your question, I am Focalor. You know, the god.
Wow.
Focalor.
The real Slim Shady decided to stand up.
Us?
Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. Goodness, no. But I had to fool everyone else too, if I was to stand any chance of deceiving the Heavenly Principle.
Deceiving the Heavenly Principle?
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful, wasn't it? Everyone doomed to dissolve. Fontaine condemned to be flooded. One was not amused. In fact, one was positively bemused when that problem was thrust upon me by my dearest predecessor. That's the former Hydro Archon Egeria for the uninitiated.
Egeria, yeah.
It hardly gets more disastrous than a preordained national catastrophe. Now does it? She knew full well that the prophecy would surely come to pass. And as one of the seven, she also knew full well that one defies the heavenly principles at one's peril.
A lot of ones
So
going
yes,
on here.
As you have no doubt surmised, it was a rather impossible situation that I found myself in. I spent a terribly long time mulling it over, alone on the ocean floor. And I was almost growing barnacles by the time I finally realized.
Going barnacles? Wait, did you try to drown yourself?
Solution to this confounding conundrum. I had to outwit the heavenly principles, allow the prophecy to be fulfilled, ostensibly at least, while saving everyone at the same time. I'm a genius, I know. I can only assume that's why Egeria chose me as her successor. Although, looking back now, it was hardly the inheritance one dreams of. Between the task of saving the nation, the quotidian duties of the Hydro Archon, and not to mention the original sin of creating a new race of humans, I dare say she left me quite a colossal mess to clean up.
I'll say.
But one can only play the hand one is dealt. I did not choose this, any more than I chose to be one of her Oceanid familiar.
So you were also once one of the Oceanids, transformed into a human by Egeria's hand.
Yes, I was. I always dreamed of becoming human. And I still do, even now.
In my eyes, to be human is to be part of the greatest opera ever known.
Quite dramatic.
After becoming a god, I separated my divinity from my body and spirit, leaving behind only a self that was as naive and bewildered as my past self on her first day as a human being.
Why would you do that?
The me you see before you now is that divinity. And the human counterpart I left behind, I named Farina.
Why did you do that? Why did you split yourself
She
then?
could feel joy, sorrow, and everything in between. She could be as vain and conceited, or as meek and vulnerable as she wished.
But why?
Her strengths were of a kind only a human could possess, as were her shortcomings. But in my eyes, Farina's humanity was what made her perfect. She was perfectly human in every way. The person I always wanted to be.
So that's it, you just split you split yourself, so the one part you split could be the human you always wanted. She wanted to be the daughter you always had. The daughter that fulfills the mother's dreams. Is that how it goes?
Anyway, so then I cursed her.
Cursed herself, Jesus Christ.
All part of the plan.
What a mess.
The plan to deceive the heavenly principles.
All according to Keikaku.
Do you still remember?
It's like, who cursed Farina? Herself.
The
What?
Hydra Archon alone, weeping on her throne. In order that the prophecy might appear
Yeah, she
fulfilled,
split and created a theater kid.
invited
Exactly.
Farina to be an actress, to play the part of the Hydro Archon in the prophecy. Under the curse I placed on her, so long as I, Focalor's divinity, continued to exist, she could not die. But nor was she free to live her life in the pursuit of happiness. Instead, she was forced to take the stage in the opera house, to embrace the role of leading lady, to forever play the part of the god from the prophecy, all to create a deceitful appearance of that prophecy coming to pass. I suppose now you probably understand why your court is called the Opera Epiclese.
But Farina is only human, isn't she?
Yeah, that's kind of the problem.
Even though she has had a long life, her mind is no stronger than that of any other ordinary human being. I cannot begin to fathom what she has had to endure. It must have been torture for her.
I'll say.
It has indeed. And although she is, in a sense, me in human form, I most definitely owe her an apology for it.
You really should.
It's been 500 years.
Apologize to yourself.
And all along, she's been playing her part in the most unimaginably long, unbearably lonely, and agonizingly painful opera of all time.
Well then. I came in contact with Furina's tears. If I remember correctly, tears often contain a being's strongest emotions. With sufficiently strong hydrosensitivity, I could form an emotional connection, just like I did with that Oceanid at the Fountain of Lucine. Yeah, she did it for her own amusement, basically. Well, that and to try and avoid a prophecy. Or rather, try to overcome it. Wait, could this be Furina's inner world? Furina, what is she doing on stage? Wait a moment, this probably is Furina. That's likely a reflection of her inner self. If I could directly speak to that self, I might be able to easily get what I wanted to know. I came here for answers. Either way, this opportunity is not to be missed. Let me try talking to her. See something here? I want to see if I can leave. Like, it might not let me. Because I don't know how long the next part of the cutscene's gonna be. Like, will I get a warning if I try to warp out? Nope, it let me leave. Okay, it looks like I could probably just go back to the opera house. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna show you guys where the, new boss is for her materials. Basically, from where I just warped, you would just warp over the, swim over to the cave and you can get a warp point here. And I can show off the new boss if it'll load for me. Yeah, I used this team before. I don't know what the best team is for it. This one worked. Give Ito a second here. Like, I like to measure an opponent's strength based off how much I can fuck around with my mono geo team. But yeah, this thing will basically... Yeah, they added more team slots. You can have up to 10 now.
Who wants some of this?
So yeah, tomorrow I'll finish up the story. It's like, we're like 2/3 done with the main story, and then there's also Furina's story, so I will finish that tomorrow. Like, that's why I wanted to stop there, because I knew I was like 2/3... I was at the 2/3 point.
Stabilize. Advance. Press the advantage. Come into being. It's showtime.
Alright, got him. Not really that difficult. At least with a mono geo team. But it is nice that they let you leave. Because I know with Sumeru, there were parts where you weren't allowed to leave, or everything would get fucked up. So I'm glad they let you do that. So yeah, that is where I am going to bookmark it here for today. Like I said, tomorrow we shall finish it and find out more about Furina and all the crazy shit she's got going on. So yeah, thank you all so much for coming. Thanks again for all the raids and stuff. Let me see who I can raid. I gotta double check sometimes, you know how it is. See, how's this person doing? Yeah, we'll go. Well, this person's raided me before, so I'll just raid them back. You enjoyed it? Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, and thank you all for coming and all the follows and the raids. It's all very much appreciated. So yeah, good night, everyone. Do not turn the fish into people. We have enough problems as it is. Good night.